Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3 of the Pick Your Spot podcast. We have Rita, Malik, Queso. Today's episode, we will be ranking the 30 best small forwards. We're going to do another on the spot segment, talk about Kawhi and the Clippers situation, and our one boldest take for the NBA season. How's everyone doing today?
Doing bad. Patriots lost.
Oh my
Glad to
God.
be here though.
Malik, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. We want to know, so that's all.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, your
Bro's the
team?
only winner.
Eagles.
All right. We'll say that for another day. That's crazy.
Yeah, the Falcons just sold crazy, bro. I'm already sick as shit, as the boys know, and now the Falcons have sold again. Fuck Young Wei Cooper. Michael Penix was playing so good, bro. He was playing so good.
He was.
It's okay. And then Drake London got hurt last. Anyways, the NBA season is slowly coming forward. We have I think a month and a half left. We have the small forwards list that we have to clear up. We have the power forward list and then the center list, and then we will get, by the time we're done, we'll have more NBA topics. Training camp will start. Yada yada yada. How was it making y'all small forward list? Was it cool? Straight?
It was pretty easy for me. This is the easiest one.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. I like a lot of people on this list. I really do.
I do too, but there's a lot of role players on the list too.
Yeah.
It's a decent. There's a lot of young guys, but
yeah,
I like it. All right, let's get into it, boys. You know the usual. All right, at number 30, I have Keyshawn George. 29, I have Tamani Camara. 28, I have Zachary Ricochet. 27, I have Chris Middleton, and 26, I have DeAndre Hunter. When I was initially making the list, I had Keyshawn George way higher. I had Kamara a little bit higher, just like maybe 24, 23. But everyone else, I had Ricochet at 30. I had honorable mentions. How could I forget? My honorable mentions was Jalen Wells, Max Strus, Kelly Oubre barely made he was honorable mention. But those three, I like what Kelly did. He's just still not a good shooter to me. I feel like the only great run I've seen from Kelly was probably the 2024 season. The 2024 season before, when Philly was with Embiid and everyone was healthy before Paul George. I think Kelly was really good at that run. But other than that, he's just kind of been like an inefficient player to me. Jalen Wells, really good rookie year, injured himself. And then Max Strus, I just like DeAndre Hunter a little better. But Keyshawn George, I like Keyshawn George a lot. He was a terrible shooter last year, but I think me and Queso have talked about him in the past. Like his potential, I love. Like I love him so much. Like he is a good playmaker for his size. He is a really good defender, one of the best young defenders for Washington. If he starts figuring out that shot of his, I think he'll be really good. He shot 40% in college off of 4 attempts, but that's college. He shot about 5 attempts last year and shot about 29% from the field, 29 from 3, and then he was a 38 field goal percent shooter from the field the whole season. A little bit too inefficient for me, but summer league he looked good. I think he's gonna get better and better, but until I actually see it, like the shot fall, I can't really put him too high. Same with Kamara, probably one of the better defenders on this list. This list had my top 30. I don't know about y'all. Had a lot of good. There's a lot of good defending wings in the league right now, a lot. Kamara, the biggest thing that surprised me was he was a 37% three-point shooter. Now I didn't watch Portland a lot. There was a lot of. I remember the game I did watch. I watched a couple games from him, but the one that reminds me the most was Anthony Edwards versus Kamara. It was Minnesota Timberwolves. And he was locking Ant up. He was giving Ant fits. He plays full court. He'll defend. He literally had a 4.6 stop percentage. And stop percentage is just steals plus offensive fouls drawn plus blocks and recovering on defense. He was elite. And the fact that he can shoot, his catch and shoot was there. He's never going to be an on-ball pull-up shooter. I don't expect that ever in his game. But I think he could be elite, just defensive role player in this league. I heard Jones type of S. He's 6'7", 6'8". He's super long. Zach, I'm not gonna lie. Before we even like get into the arguments, it was a little favoritism. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm super honest, but I will applaud him though, because the last 40 games of the season, he averaged 15 points, 63% from three, 63% true shooting, 42% from three, 60% from two. He right now in EuroBasket, which I'm gonna talk about a little bit later, he is literally France. He was France's best wing easily. They lost today to Georgia, which is actually fucking crazy, but. He was easily France's best wing. The coach literally just did not play him a lot. He played like I think he played 16 minutes a game, but in them 16 minutes he averaged like 12 points, was shooting like 40% from three. He was defending well. Like there's clips of him defending Luka well in EuroBasket. He's been playing really well. And I think with the late game stretch, he's actually just started minutes now because he was playing like 24, 25 minutes last season. We don't have the best depth behind him at the small forward position. On the Hawks right now, I think he'll be playing about 30 minutes this season. I think the counting stats are going to be there. I think he's just going to keep on growing. Middleton, I wish I could put Middleton higher. I love Middleton as just a player. Injury. I'm not even going to like, I have notes on him. I'm not even going to go too much detail. Just injury. DeAndre Hunter, 40% 3-point shooter. A lot of people like think DeAndre Hunter is like a good defensive player. He's like, well, a great defensive player. He's good. He's good at only guarding wings. I've watched him my whole life. I've literally seen him. Even when he came to the Cavs, like he's always been good at guarding wings. Other than Jason Tatum, Tatum has literally destroyed him his whole career. I'd never get it. But DeAndre Hunter, he was really good offensively last season. Probably his best offensive season he's ever had. Positive offensive rating. When he was on the court, he was a negative defensive rating. But I'm not gonna buy because I don't think he's a negative defensive player. I think he's just a good team defense player. But not no lockdown stopper that everyone thinks he is. Them knee injuries fucked him up. Do you have anything to say, or we go straight to Malik?
I think it's solid so far. I think it's solid. You already said it was favoritism, so we good. We good.
Yeah,
there.
we don't gotta get into detail, man. All right.
All right, so for my list at 30, I got Jaquez. At 29, I got Kamara. At 28, I got Moody. 27, I got Dort.
Oh, wow.
And 26, I got Keldon Johnson. All right, so I got Jaime at 30 because I don't think he's really elite at anything, but he's a reliable rotational piece. I got Kamara at 29 because he's a defensive-minded young wing, but he's limited on offense. Obviously, he still has to grow. He just had that his rookie year, so expect to see a lot more from him. Moody, he's still developing, but he's a reliable 3-and-D player for right now with the Warriors. Expected to see – well, I want to see his role increase a little bit more, but it's kind of hard with the way that Steve Kerr plays everybody because he really just relies on his starters, and that's really it. Dort, he's an elite perimeter defender. Obviously, you need somebody like him. He's like a Marcus Smart, Drew Holiday when it comes to the defensive side, and you need that for like a championship level defense. And then I got Keldon Johnson at 26 because I mean he's an inconsistent scorer, but he's great at getting downhill.
I have Lou Dort so much higher. Probably like 10 spots higher if I could remember. I can't remember too much. I think he was probably one of the best defensive players in the league last season. I mean, he was all team defense. He shot 40% from three the last 2 seasons, so I can't even like say it's fake because he's done it like for the second season in a row, and he was good in the playoffs. I think when he's that good at defense, I can't put him. Keldon Johnson made your list.
Yeah, he did.
Keldon made your
On the
list.
list as a whole, it's a lot of young guys, so it's like I'm gonna go with what I know from them instead of the potential.
Would you rather have?
It's only one with crazy potential that I would put like a lot higher. So,
Would you have Zach over? I don't remember. Do you have Zach over Keldon, or is it Zach didn't make your list?
Oh, he didn't make the list. My fault.
I think Zach's a better player than Keldon right now. Like I'd rather have Zach than Keldon. I don't think. I don't even think
much from Zach last year. I mean, I didn't really watch a lot of Hawks games, so that might be why. But yeah, I didn't really see too much from him, especially with like sports betting and anything like that.
Yeah,
But obviously, I'm not going to base how he played just strictly off of sports betting.
of
Line
course,
set
of
up
course,
for
of
a reason.
course. No worries, Queso? Too
You
early
got
in the
Moody
list?
over Kamara. That's a little
Oh
odd.
yeah,
But it's early. It's early. It's early.
I had Moody in my audible mentions as well. I think Moody was really good. He just gets hold in the Steve Kerr little system.
He's too raw for me. He's too raw. Like a lot of potential, but inconsistent. A lot of bad plays, bad turnovers. He can be good defensively sometime when he wants to, but he's too raw of a prospect. This is third, fourth year?
I think it's his fourth year. He's going into his fourth year.
His fourth
Yeah, I
year.
think so.
That's he playing still like he's still having rookie mistakes. That's the reason why he's not on my list.
I blame Steve Kerr for them rookie. I mean, obviously, he's having rookie mistakes, but Steve Kerr doesn't even let them. Oh, he's going into his fifth season. Steve Kerr doesn't even let these players grow.
That's a fact.
Moses Moody was a 37% 3-point shooter. He's always been like hovered around 36 to 37. But he doesn't take a lot of shots just because Golden State Warrior system. Let's get the case. Let's top 30.
30 we got Oubre. 29 we got Asor. 28 we got Wells. 27 we got Andrew Wiggins. 26 we got Jones. So for mine, honestly, this is the bottom two is because they can't shoot. Simple as that. Oubre is an energy guy, but you shoot what 29% on with 4 threes a game. Sword, a great defender. I believe he shoots 22% from 3 on 1 3 a game. So that's horrible. To stay in this league, you have to be able to shoot the ball, especially on the wing. You're not going to be able to play. That's why he only can play 25 minutes a night. Oubre, I like him, but I don't think he's going to be a big part of the championship rotation. Just because he can't shoot as well. Jalen Wells, I've seen a lot from him this year, his rookie year. Can shoot the ball well. He kind of towards the end of the year, he kind of laid off a little bit, but another good defensive guy. He got put into a role that I don't think he was kind of ready for. That main defensive guy, guarding the number one option. He did pretty well. I want to see more from him, but I think his potential is there. Andrew Wiggins, like you said, it's a little bit biased. I just don't like him because he thinks he's a Jason Tatum stopper. But at the same token, he's still a 44% shooter. I think 45, 38, average 20 last year. He's still a good wing defender, one of the better wing defenders in the league. But I think for his uses that he got last year, I think he could have done more for the Heat down the stretch. And Herb Jones, we know what he do, but he got to stay healthy. Simple as that. He's a great defender. His 3-point started coming along. A great corner shooter now. But I want to see more from him. And they're gonna need him this year, but he got to stay healthy. We got to see more from him. That's the list so far.
I'm not gonna say much about Andrew Wiggins because you admitted that it was super biased, and I think it is kind of.
He should be higher. He should be higher, but I think a lot of my list is the bottom of my list is a lot defensive. I want a lot defensive. I think Herb Jones and the guys above him are better defensively. And also, I think usage and role comes into a big part. If you give like Oubre, Wiggins usage and role, you see he getting the same numbers as him. You know what I'm saying? So numbers can be deceiving. He is efficient, but I mean, I don't see him as a number 1, 2, or 3 option on a
My only thing with Asar is I think Asar should be higher. The only thing I would debate or argue with you is I think you can't be a good shooter to be you can't be a bad shooter to be on the court, and he hasn't shown any signs of like improving. But I think the main thing why his minutes were low, definitely at the start of the season, was because he was coming off a blood clot injury.
Yeah.
But even when he was playing, when he plays, bro, and he fouls a lot. He literally like. I think I looked at. I have somewhere in my notes. When I get to the star, I'll say it. But he was like top percentage in fouls. He fouls too much. We saw in the Knicks series, he literally could not keep his hands off Brunson. If Asar could stay on the court, there's a chance Detroit could have. I mean, they got hold one of them games. I forgot what was the call, but Detroit could have won that series because Asar was doing such a good job on Brunson. I think he's probably one in. I mean, I think he's probably at this moment. If he's not tied with his brother. I'm only talking about defensively, nothing else. But like defensively, he's a monster. That's why I had to put him high.
I think he's probably, I don't want to say better, but I would probably, I think Amin is a more of a all around defender. Like he'll block shots, he could play the lane, he can guard multiple positions. I think Asor is more of like you want him on your best defender all day, and best on your best player all day. Excuse me. But I'm gonna compare them later when we get to Amin. I'm gonna compare them
for sure. All right, we're back on Queso at 25.
Okay. So we got DFS, Kamara, Jaden McDaniels, RJ Barrett, and DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter, like you said, not a great defender, but very efficient. He folded in the playoffs, but very efficient guy. I liked him since he was with the Hawks. I think 1 year, I want to say Trae Young or somebody got hurt, but he was averaging like 30 in the playoffs. They ended up losing, or like not 30, maybe like 20 something. He had
like 20, it was 25 against the Heat or something.
25, yeah, he was going crazy. I think he dropped like 50 or 40 one time. I was like, they need to give him a better role, and then he started coming off the bench. So I like him. He's a efficient guy. But again, I take the role into account. You put a lot of guys in a reduced role against the second team defense or the bench, they're going to be able to do what they do. RJ Barrett, with him, you getting 30 usage a game, bro. 20 a night, that's cool. We need more from you. He is also another guy he's terrible from the free throw line. I think he shoots like 65% this year. We need to see that go up. Not a great defender. Hasn't shown that he's a winning player. So that's on him. Jaden McDaniels, another improved shooter, but what is he still? 33%, I think. 35 or something, I want to say. Jaden McDaniels, he's a great defender, but he fouls a lot, and we need to see more consistency from him. We see peaks, we see what he can do. He can get you 20 any night, but he isn't consistent enough. He has to mature more all around game. Termani, another great defender. We need to see more from him as well. DFS, I like DFS, but his lack of he has an ego on defense, which I don't like, where he doesn't switch appropriately. That's my only thing against DFS. I think he could be higher because he was, I think, also like a good three-point shooter last year. I want to say 38, around that 37, 38.
Yeah.
But that's really my list. These are pretty easy for me.
The DeAndre Hunter love is.
What you got him at again?
I have him at 26.
26? Let me see. Like shooting 45, 40, his efficiency is elite.
Probably, I will correct you. He's never dropped 40 or 50 ever in his life. I don't think I've ever seen him do that.
He had one game. DeAndre Hunter, let me see. He had one game where he was elite. I want to say in the playoffs. Okay, he dropped 35 against the Heat. Okay. Yeah. He dropped 35, but he was elite, and he was just not missing any three-point shot, and he was just I seen a little bit from him there. That's why he's so high for me, but his efficiency is elite. I think he could have won Sixth Man of the Year last year. I think if he didn't get, I think it was, I want to say before he got traded.
I mean, but, to me, I think I wrote that in my notes. I just didn't say it. He would have won. I don't know. I can't say it because Peyton was so crazy, but before he got traded to the Cavs, which he had to like downscale his role because they just have so many better offensive players compared to the Atlanta Hawks. Definitely with Jalen being hurt, he went from averaging, I believe, 19.5 with the Hawks to like 14, 13, and that's just because of the role he's in now with the Cavs, and now he's starting next season because I think Max Strus will be injured to start the season. So
yeah, I think he would have won. And like you said, he ain't the best defender, but he'll guard some of the bigger wings for sure.
For sure,
that's why I got him up.
I don't know. I value McDaniels defensively so much. It's hard for me to put him over. Like I don't think RJ was like that. I think RJ was good. RJ had a really good season, but like I value McDaniels so like defensively as one of like I don't have McDaniels higher than I know I don't have McDaniels higher than Dort or anything on my list or anything, but like I think McDaniels defensively is so good and inside the arc. Now when he gets to that 3-point line, it's nasty. He shot 38% one season.
Yeah.
And it's just been trickling down since. 2 years ago, he shot 38%. Then I don't know when he shot this season, but last season he did shoot 33% from three. If he could, and it's a lot if he could, because it's been like that for a couple years with Jay McDaniels. I remember
Yeah.
shout out to Joel Moran on the Pick Aside podcast. I remember 3 years ago he said on his podcast, "Oh, I think Anthony Edwards and Jay McDaniels to be Tatum and Brown." Fucking crazy comment, but that was after Jaylen Brown shot 38% from three, and they thought, not Jaylen Brown, McDaniels shot 38% from three, thought it could go up. And the on-ball usage has gone on. The on-ball usage has stayed the same. He has not been a second scorer that Minnesota has hoped him to develop into. And the defense is always going to be elite because he's just so long and everything else great. But
I respect him. I think you got to be able to knock down a three ball at some sort of rate. And you 32% on 3 threes, bro. Like, we got to see more from you. That's it. And maturity defensively as well. You got to stop fouling every play. And for you to be so good defensively, like one-on-one against the guys like Shea or something like that, it's like obviously Shea's the number one player in the world, but we need to see more from you. That's it's plain and simple. He was 6'9".
He's like 6'8", 6'9".
He's 6'8", 6'9". He's not being guarded by the best defender. You should be given 14, 15 a night easily. You should be, because he can shoot over anybody he wants to. He's like a KD type of player.
Yeah. All right, let's get it to Malik at 25.
All right, so for 25, I got Oubre. For 24, I got Cam Johnson. 23, I got Middleton. 22, I got Nesmith. And 21, I got Michael Porter Jr. And I got Oubre at 25. I mean, he's a streaky scorer, but he's a great slasher because he knows when to cut. He knows when to help off. He knows when, all right, it's ice on this side, so let me cut to this side. Just in case I need to help. Just in case I, need to do anything in order to get the ball to consistently move and stuff like that. I think his consistency on offense is what stops him from being great. Cam Johnson, he's an elite catch and shoot wing. He's a solid defender, and he thrives in his role. Middleton, his injuries that's just his downfall right now because of his age. But, when he's healthy, he can still make clutch buckets. Nesmith, I got him at 22. I think he's just a great glue guy. He's a great three-point shooter, and he gets up on you and play physical defense. And then I got Michael Porter Jr. at 21 for being a elite shooter for his size, but him being streaky keeps him from being higher on this list. And then his combination of size and shooting at a high volume outweighs like the guys that's under him. That's why I got him at 21.
I would argue that Cam Johnson is probably a better player than Michael Porter Jr. And I think, I know they just got traded for each other and stuff like that. I think what Cam brings, because Michael Porter Jr., he's supposed to be a good defender. He's just stupid, respectfully to him. Like his IQ, his shot. Yeah, I know I'm sick. Like my level of like filter of words is just is on the low end. His defensive IQ is stupid. It's dumb. He does stupid things sometimes. He doesn't, and he's kind of slower. And I don't know if that's just because of all the injuries that's racked up on him and stuff like that. But Cam Johnson, like he's not no elite defender. He's a really good team defender. And I think when you put Cam Johnson on ball, he makes really good reads in the passing lanes. Like he's a good like complimentary passer. He's never gonna have like 5, 6, 7, 8 assists, but he'll get you 3, 4 assists off of just good plays. And the level of shooter, I would probably give MPJ like a better shooter, definitely because of his length, like you said. But like, I think it just as an overall basketball player, I think Cam's like I have Cam high, like just because of the movement shooting, the shooting, all that, plus everything else. Like, he's not a negative player. There's nothing about Cam Johnson that I could say, oh, he's a negative. Might be a little overhyped because of like how good he was on Brooklyn the last year and a half, and now people are like putting him in like some unspeakable conversation. Not a lot of people are, but like I think Cam is like elite.
I don't got Middleton on my list at all.
You said what?
I don't got Chris Middleton on my list at all.
Yeah. Once I started seeing your list, I said, I already know my shit about to be completely different from y'all.
Yeah, Chris Middleton defensively been terrible the last few years. I think he was a downfall of the Bucks. When he came back from injury, he was also not great. Went to the Wizards, was also not great. The respect from me comes from the previous years, but he's also been hurt. So
Yeah.
it's just these other guys actually do something on the court. Him, I like him for the fourth quarter, but he can't even get to the fourth quarter for real. I'm not gonna lie. Not with the Wizards.
Yeah, I mean Middleton, like he's definitely. I think he's gonna probably get traded this season, and then like we'll see how his role looks like on a different team because he's probably not gonna be on the Wizards for the full season, obviously, unless they just have him being a vet. But I don't know. I still like Middleton as a scorer. Like he still brings like good things scoring, and I think as a team defender, like the problem with Milwaukee is once they lost Drew Holiday. I mean, even though Middleton didn't play a lot of games, they still wanted him to be like, well, someone needs to be our POA defender or guard like the best wing. It can't be him. It literally cannot be him. But that's what it kind of put him in. So I feel like he was kind of like in a role that doesn't really fit him defensively.
Yeah.
So like it kind of made it worse. Made it look worse than what he actually is. But I think Middleton's still good. It's just like, can he stay healthy? And the answer is no at the current moment. And it's gonna stay no until we see it. But yeah, I have Neesmith High too. I have Neesmith High.
Me too.
At 25, I have Dylan Brooks. 24, I have Asar Thompson. 23, I have RJ Barrett. 22, I have Andrew Wiggins. And 21, I'm having a brain fart. Please help me
Herb
out.
Jones?
Herb Jones. Thank you. Dylan Brooks. I think Dylan Brooks was a really good three-point shooter last season. I think that's kind of all he did offensively. Like with Dylan Brooks, he kind of fucks up your offense at times when he like takes the ball off the floor, takes the ball and tries to dribble and gets into like bad mid pull-up jumpers. If his shot diet was a little bit better, I would probably look at Dylan Brooks as like way higher because he's like I want to call him an elite defender or a good defender. Well, he's a good defender. I would call him pesky though. He's like he will literally. And he's a really good vet. Like he's a really good team player. I think Memphis try to kind of kill his career on that point of like his They kind of hold him. They kind of hold him. When he left Memphis, they made him seem like he was like. I mean, he is toxic. He is stuff like that, but not for your team. For the other team, he does what Dylan Brooks brings to your team is a level of intensity. He's like kind of like a mini defensive coach on the floor, stuff like that. He fouls, he does stupid things, but I think he's really good. Asar, I mean, I've already stated, I think Asar is one of the best defenders in the league, and I have to like that's the only reason why I put him there. He's really elite in transition, a really elite when it comes to just like getting out there on the fast break. He isn't the passer of a man, but in the fast break, he has good playmaking chops, stuff like that. He was like in the 98, 99 defensive percentile for all like defensive metrics. The only problem is he fouls a lot and he can't shoot for shit. And Queso's already said it, and I do agree with him. If you can't shoot, it's very hard for you to stay on the court. Definitely an off, unless the system allows you to be like that. And right now, Detroit, they do need shooters around K, stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to fit him right now. If they had like better shooting with the shooting guard, well, if Ivy could shoot at a high level, then it makes Asar being there not that bad. But for the time being, I'm just gonna look at Asar as the player as he is, and I think he's really good. RJ, I think RJ was really good. He was really good potential. He had really good potential assists. He knew how to pass off drives. Couldn't really shoot. Like his efficiency wasn't the best last season. And I'm kind of worried about now with Brandon Ingram coming back next season. And he's still going to start next to him. I'm pretty sure the starting lineup will be Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Pertl. But my thing is, if RJ is going to continue to be the driver that he was last season with a bunch of players around him that aren't great shooters or like don't like to shoot a lot, aka Brandon Ingram from 3-point, it's going to be harder for him. So they're going to have to play him in that second unit a lot. And I just don't know how good he's going to look when his like role gets reduced because he had a lot of usage last year because there was a lot of people injured for the Toronto team, and they just started selling for losses. Andrew Wiggins, I think we've already talked about him. I think Andrew Wiggins is a really good player, really good defensive player, really good. He was a good 3-point shooter. Queso kind of hit my biggest problem with him is on the Warriors, he was kind of like their second, third scoring option, but like I don't feel like, but I feel like that's because of the system and how good Steph Curry levels their offense. on a team like the Miami Heat, I don't think it's that smart to have Andrew Wiggins as your second or third option. I think if you could get him into a catch and shoot and just be a good defensive wing type of role,
Yeah.
I think he'll be a great player in this league. And I mean, we saw it. He was very, 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 very important for the Warriors during that Celtics run against the Celtics in the finals. And just that whole run, he was really good in that playoffs. But that was 2 years ago. He's been fighting injuries in and out lineups. Herb Jones, I think so. He's a really good catch and shoot player, but like I want to see he regressed last season. He was like 38. He was 39 to 40% 2 years ago. Last season, he only played about 20 games, so a small sample size. But he fell back to like 33. I don't know if you guys know who this is. Fred Gibson. He was the shooting coach for the New Orleans Pelicans. He left 2 years ago. He left last year, and he's now the shooting coach for the Pistons. He has like been known to like fix people jumpers. That's what he's like been known for. He like worked with Herb Jones heavy. He does not have Fred Gibson anymore. I don't know how that's going to affect him because that does affect players, the coaches, and their shooting coaches that's around them every single day. So I don't know if that's going to have him regress or stuff like that. But defensively, when he's on the court, and I'm going to go back on that injury thing. I don't know if we're going to say he's too injury prone. He was injured last season, but the year before that, he played about 72 games. And then and that was like his third season. His second season, okay, his first season he played 78 games. Second season played 66. Third season played 76. That's a lot. I mean, he only played 20 last season. He got injured. But I wouldn't like label him as injury prone. He does get hurt at the wrong time. Now I do remember, I think it was that second year during that playing run, he got hurt. Or like when he gets hurt around the wrong time, I wouldn't label him as injury prone yet. But I will label him as not a consistent shooter. Until I see the consistency, then he will be around this range. But defensively, he's elite, super elite. Anything, or can I go on?
I think it's pretty solid. I'm gonna get on Brooks when it's my turn.
Mm-hmm. At 20, I have Brandon Miller. 19, I have MPJ. 18, I have McDaniels. 17, I have Naismith. 16, I have Lou Dort. I have all the three defensive players around the same area. This is like, I think after this, my list kind of starts getting scaled up to the high usage offensive players that have a little bit more responsibility. But MPJ, we've already spoke on him. I'm not going too hard. McDaniels, until we see some consistency or like more on-ball usage getting thrown at him, I think he's a really good defender. Elite defensive metrics. Neesmith, I'm gonna give him a lot of love. Like I remember when Neesmith was on the Celtics and y'all traded him. I didn't know much about him. I was like, who is this guy? I remember doing like just like research and looking at him and stuff like that. He was a good 3-point shooter when he was with y'all.
Yeah.
You know, he never really played. He became elite. He came fucking elite. 43% from three. I don't even have this written down because I remember he was shooting 50% from three in the playoffs. Small sample size. I mean, not small because they played the max games you can get up to. They got to a game 7 in the NBA Finals. But, like, I mean, it's not like an 82 regular season, but 50% still fucking insane. 65% true shooting. That was 99th percentile of all small forwards. That's insane. The Patriots was 8 points better offensively when he was on the court. He's a good on-ball defender. I wouldn't call him elite. He's like more pesky, but like he has such an elite 3-point shooting that I don't see like. I mean, it could fall to like 40, but I think he's going to be a 40% 3-point shooter. And then I even looked, even with Halliburton off the court, he was still good. So like, I think he'll still be good next year. I think he's still going to keep on improving. I don't think there's on-ball usage ever for him, anything like that. But like as a catch and shoot defensive player that will play you 99 feet, he's elite. Lou Dort, love him. I love him. Last 2 seasons, 38%, 39% from three. He was good in the playoffs. He literally is known as like, he's not no Luka stopper, but like when Luka sees Lou Dort in the playoffs, Luka always shoots inefficient. Like Lou Dort is, when it comes to like guarding those bigger players, like bigger wings, bigger guards, you could throw Lou Dort on them. Now, am I going to ask Lou Dort to guard like the most shiftiest quick person? He could do that too, but like you want to give that to Al Caruso, J-Dub, and stuff like that. But like the bigger, he's locking motherfuckers down. I ain't gonna lie. And I have Brandon Miller at 20. I don't know if that's low compared to y'all. I know Queso, you're a Brandon Miller guy. I know you like Brandon Miller.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on that. I was looking at these stats for Luka. My fault.
My problem
my fault. Go ahead.
My problem with Brandon Miller is he's elite weak side rim defender. He's opponent shot 8.6 worse at the rim when he defended them at the rim. He's like a Matt on Maul defender. My problem with Brandon Miller is not really his efficiency because his numbers was all right. I mean, it was kind of bad, but that's just because of how many shots he took. But it's a shot IQ. It's a shots he takes. I am a true believer just because you're in a bad system, which is the Hornets, which is with LaMelo being in and out the lineup. That doesn't just because you have to take quote unquote more shots doesn't mean the quality of your shots need to be as bad as they were. I think and he's a young player. I mean, like I'm pretty sure the coach wanted him to roll the ball out and just shoot, like just fuck it. But like I think there's just still a little bit more of maturity when it comes to that, just offensively. But yeah, I mean, he was drafted number 3 for no, it was number 2. He was drafted number 2 for a reason. Like the potential is there. But I'm gonna let y'all get to y'all list. I've already spoke enough.
All right, so at 20, I got Trey Murphy. At 19, I got Asura. 18, I got Brandon Miller. 17, I got Ingram. And 16, I got DeAndre Hunter. I got Murphy at 20 because I feel like he's a great floor spacer with athleticism. I got him over MPJ because, I mean, he's a more versatile defender, or he's more versatile defensively, and he's healthier. MPJ is most, like, he got a long injury list. Slow down. All right. So then I got Asor at 19. I mean, just to touch back on what y'all was saying, like, yeah, he gets into a lot of foul trouble, but I feel like with his defense, we're not really expected, or we shouldn't really expect too much from him from shooting because he still does play with Cade and he plays with Jaden Ivey. So like you can get your offense from them, and then having Malik Beasley as well. Like as long as we got a tough defender to play the best offensive player on the other team, somebody that can sit there and lock down, I feel like, that's still something that's valuable that you need on your team. I got Brandon Miller at 18. I feel like he's a two-way shot maker. He needs to improve his efficiency, and I feel like his shooting and his scoring is obviously what puts him over a Asor. At 17, I got Brandon Ingram, and this is no disrespect to Brandon Ingram, but like he's like a Walmart KD. Like he can score damn near from anywhere. His mid-range shot making is great. He's a smooth scorer. He just has to find like the right team to play with, I feel like. Because once he's on the right team and the right system, then I feel like Brandon Ingram could be who he was drafted to be, being a top 3 pick. He was second, right, in 2016?
He was second now.
Yeah.
And then I got DeAndre Hunter because I feel like, he's a strong, solid defender. He just has inconsistent offensive presence, but that's due to the role that he has to play. So
I think having Ingram over DeAndre Hunter is actually fucking insane. like I ain't gonna lie, I've watched DeAndre Hunter my whole career, buddy. Like having him over like there was a time where I wanted DeAndre Hunter traded for Brandon Ingram. Like Brandon Ingram as a playmaker, as a scorer, just like his responsibility on the court is way higher than DeAndre Hunter. Yeah, DeAndre Hunter will kill second bench units, but like there's a reason why he just got to this bench role. Like, and he will be starting again next season. He does struggle. He does not know elite like shot volume, get to your own type of shot. Like he doesn't even do that well. He's just a really good catch and shoot player, and like he's good off closeouts, but like breaking down defender or anything like that. Like Ingram. Go ahead. I cut you off though. Go ahead.
No. You still go. I got you. I'm finna say something to that though.
Like I don't know. I just like I think having and then even having Brandon Miller over Trey Murphy. But I will. I mean, I'm not going to defend MPJ. I think Trey Murphy is better than MPJ. I will say Trey Murphy, he's pretty injury prone as well. I mean, other than like the 39 games he played the year before that, but he was injured going into last season. He was injured the season before, 57 games, 62 his rookie year. Like he's been pretty like he gets nicks and knacks too. But I'm more on the Ingram Hunter thing. Like I think Ingram or just Ingram in general. Like Ingram's in my I'll go ahead and spoil it. Ingram's in my like he's 10. He's 10 for me. 10 or 11 somewhere.
You what?
He said I think Ingram I have Ingram like 10 or 11 somewhere. I don't remember. Or higher. I don't know.
We're gonna see about that.
But no, I think I don't know if you have a rebuttal, but DeAndre Hunter over Ingram is insane. Over a lot of these guys. Honestly.
It's more so with Brandon Ingram. It's his injury history. That's really why I put
DeAndre Hunter is he's injured too, bro. He's dead like 1 knee away from like
Come on, bro.
Nah, like it's the truth. He's 1 knee away, bro. Like dead ass. He has. I'm not gonna say he's ruined Hawks runs because we were never gonna go anywhere. But DeAndre Hunter is dead a wing that we've needed multiple times. And he's just hurt. He literally to start off last season, we literally had. He came off the bench. We had him on a minute restriction. He wasn't even playing a lot of minutes because we were scared he's gonna get hurt. What was he in the playoffs? Queso said he wasn't even that good. He was actually hurt again in the playoffs. He's always hurt. Yeah, he was hurt. That's why he wasn't even playing well either. He's always fucking hurt. He's always Ingram's pretty injury prone and stuff like that. That's not even Hunter over Ingram. It's Hunter over all these motherfuckers. It's really Hunter over all these motherfuckers. So, like, shout out to DeAndre Hunter. He had a great year. He had his best year offensively ever. I think he was a really good player. If that continues on, then we could talk about DeAndre Hunter being like in the McDaniels and the Neesmiths, and I don't even know, that's way too high as well. But we could talk about DeAndre Hunter being a very good, like one of them players like Peyton Pritchard is, where he comes off the bench and we're like, oh, this is a 6-man year every single year because of how efficient he is against these second team units. But as long as DeAndre Hunter is starting, I can't respect it. I can't respect it because he's not better than a lot of small forwards or a lot of just wings in general. Sorry to be DeAndre Hunter hater today.
That's so bad.
Yeah, go ahead, Queso.
20 we got DeMar. 19 we got MPJ. 18 we got Naismith. 17 we got Brooks. 16 we got Cooper Flag. Question: do y'all got Cooper Flag on your list?
Yeah, of course.
I do.
He's coming up next for me.
Okay, cool. DeMar DeRozan, I feel like for him, he would have to be a number one option on your team because of how he plays, and I don't think you can go anywhere with him as a number one option. He has more of like a back in the day play style, gets you a midi, he efficient from there, but you can't win like that getting straight twos all game. It's easy to defend it as a defense. Only averaging 22. That's good, but we need more from you from the 3-point line. Simple as that. He hasn't shown that he's a winning player. MPJ, we know what he can do. I got him here because I think he's a really good weak side defender as far as rim protection. I think he did to play alongside Jokic. You have to have that guy, and he was that guy. He was also a really good rebounder for the last 2-3 years. I think his efficiency is up and down. He was dealing with a nagging injury, so I'm not going to put that against him. He has to be better playmaking. He has to be better, like you said, his shot diet. But overall, he's a pretty good player. Aaron Naismith, elite, 50, 40, 90. I liked him since he was with the Celtics. He was always been a sniper. Like you said, he isn't a super great defender, but he's a pesky defender, and he will play you 94 feet for 48 minutes. I love that about him. The reason I got Dillon Brooks in front of him, because I feel like when you need a bare stop, I feel like I go Dillon Brooks. The downfall on Dillon Brooks was his 3-point shooting, which is now 40%. He isn't the best overall field goal percent. I want to say he shoots 42%. But just being able to get you a stop and being able to bring your team some sort of swagger, if that makes sense. The Grizzlies were, in my opinion, had a lot of swag that year. he quote unquote poked the bear, but you need that from your best defenders, from your best players. You need a guy like that on your team in order to win. We've seen what they came into with the Rockets this year. They were elite defensively, and he was a big part of that. He can guard your 4, your 3. He don't care if you LeBron. He don't care who you are. He's going to play defense. So I respect that from him. Cooper Flag, I mean, 6'9" can do it all. I think the role he's going to play this year without Kyrie is going to be elite. I put him 16 for the simple fact that we don't know. I want to give respect to our other players, but he's a high flyer. He showed that he can shoot 3-point towards the end of his college career. In a national championship, I believe he was hooping. I want to say it was not championship. He was hooping. He ended up getting sold by the rest of his team. But I think he's gonna be elite this year. I think he can get you 18 and 6 easily. If he can get that 3-ball, can get you at least 37%. Any objections to this list?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about Cooper Flag later. He met the semis. He lost in the
In the semis,
but,
excuse me. Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. But yeah, I mean, I put DeMar higher. I disagree that he has to be the number 1, but I think he plays like it. He definitely plays like it. But
Yeah.
I think he can be a number 2, number 3, just because of all the just because of his pass, because he is a decent passer. But like the problem with him being a number 2, number 3 is he can't really shoot. So like your number 1 and number 2 has to be able to shoot. I'm talking about from 3. DeMar is an elite shooter.
Yeah.
Talk about from 3 people. But
that's the reason he's so low. He's this league is floor spacing now. Floor spacing. You
yeah, definitely from your wings.
Floor. So the reason I say he has to be number 1 option because if you're a number 2 option, we're going to sag off you from the 3-point line, like they did with the Kings, and with the Bulls. DeMar in the corner, he's top of the key. We're going to leave him. We're going to go to your best defender. I mean, to your number 1 option, which makes it kind of hard to build around. You can't really make your team with DeMar DeRozan being number 1 option, number 2 or 3. You have to have elite floor spacing to build around that. And no team is going to pay or want to do that with DeMar at this age. That's the reason he's 20 for me.
I think, oh my God, I literally just realized my spelling for MPJ actually fucked up. But anyways, I said MPJA. But DeMar, my thing with DeMar is, yeah, you don't have to like space from 3, but you can still space like on the wing and like around the corner, around like the long mid range. And he's always one step. Like they kind of still do guard him a little bit because it's only one dribble. And even like he makes contested mid ranges better than most people in the league. So like,
yeah.
You still kind of have to guard him. Like, you don't, you're not going to leave him. I mean, I know you're not talking about leave him wide open,
yeah,
but like you can stack off him, play the gap with him. But yeah. Dylan Brooks, it's hard. It's hard for me to put him over Nesmith, but I understand why. I like when you say your point, I'm not mad at your point. I think Nesmith was just so good in the playoffs.
30 in the second round, I think.
It's fucking insane. Like they don't win some series without Nesmith.
Yeah,
and
sure.
until I see Dylan Brooks, I mean, I don't think we'll ever. I can't even say he's like too old for me to say till I see. But like his just shot diet sometimes is like, it's dumb. It's dumb. Like like I don't like Dylan Brooks is a great catch and shoot 3-point shooter now, later in his career. But like sometimes he will like take a couple dribbles in and take a pull up, and we're like, that's not the shot we needed. We don't need that shot. Definitely, he does that high in the shot clock too. Like he does that like with 18 seconds left, and we're just like, why?
I think
DPY.
I think those two are interchangeable for me. But the only edge I gave Brooks was I feel like he can give you more when you absolutely need it than Naismith. When it comes down to, yo, give me 2 points, give me a bucket. I think D Brooks can get you in the paint, get you a little turnaround fade. He can get aggressive with you. And defensively, I think he may have the edge, at least guarding the wings. So that's the only, but it's interchangeable.
He's going to attempt it. Yeah, I'm not mad at you. Go ahead.
15, we got Brandon Miller. 14, we got Bridges. 13, we got Denny. 12, we got Cam. 11, we got Dort. Brandon Miller, I think, like you said, the whole thing for them last year was to roll the ball down a hoop. Everybody just go hoop and have fun for real. So I'm not really mad at his shots. Him, I went solely off of what I think he could be, for the simple fact that he does give you the Paul George prototype, long, lengthy. can rebound. Passing got better last year. Still not a great defender. Still fouls. Can be better. But I think once we got to give these guys a few years, like if we did everybody else, to put some weight on. When they put a little bit of weight on, and when Brandon Miller can get you in that post and hit that little turnaround, hits your little step back, he's gonna be elite. That's why I got him at 15. Michael, he was good in the playoffs, but I got Michael has got a little bit worse on defense. Still pretty good. I think his shot was crazy middle of the year, and somehow he turned it back on when he had that hitch in the shot. It was hilarious. But I think he's good. But I think the guys are better than him. Denny, I think he won. I want to say he averaged like 25, 10 and something for a month. Last year he turned it on. He can pass. He can rebound. He can get you in the post. I think he has to be better in certain areas, but I think he's a good player. I had him about, I want to say before last year, he wouldn't be on this list. Cam Johnson, I got him so high for the simple fact that I see what you say when you say people put him too high. For the simple fact he's on the Nets, he's still giving you 18 on basically 54-90 shooting. But I seen him on the Suns at 21. He was still elite. I seen him and Michael were like my favorite role players because they ran sets for them. I think D Book got hurt. He dropped like 30 multiple games. He hit a game winner. His confidence level was elite. I heard him talk ball and he understands the game. His IQ is elite. Defensively, he's going to play defense. He isn't as strong, so he can't really guard maybe your LeBrons, but he's going to get under you. He has good intangibles about him. I like him as a player. Lou Dort, with him, I think a lot of his is reputation, but we can't take that away from him because a lot of players is. I feel like he gets away with a lot, but defensively he can get under you. He's gonna give you effort every step of the way. He was big when it came to OKC down for last 2 years, even though they won, was 3-point shooting. He was big. I think last year when they lost, he was big 3-point shooting in the playoffs. He was big this year. Like when they was cold. When they was cold, he'll just get the ball and rainbow the three, hit like 3-4 in a row. I'm like, dang, bro, this is so. I respect him for that. And defensively, he's elite. What can we say? He's elite. So that's my list. Any objections?
Yeah. No, I like
Johnson, hey, let me hear it because I'm ready for it.
No, I mean that's from Malik. I have him in the same around the same spot,
Malik,
bro.
let me hear it. Well, Cam Johnson, hey, let me know.
I ain't got no Cam Johnson hate. It's just, I mean, he's a great role player, but I just want to see what he can do in Denver.
I think, honestly, I'm not going to say Derek White, but I feel like when it comes to the best role players in the league, I feel like he is as close to Derek White as anybody, man. I'm talking about elite 3-point shooting. Not elite, but a very, very good 3-point shooter. Very well-rounded defender. He can score the ball. Man, him on the Nuggets is going to be crazy. That's going to be – I want them to win. Them or the Warriors, I want them to win. I think he's going to be elite, though, for sure.
Yeah. I got Denny a little bit higher on my list, though.
Me too.
Denny, I got to see that. I got to see that in a winning season. I want to see that more. Like we said with Cam Johnson, people going to hate on him for getting 18, but Denny was hooping, but he on the Blazers, and he was doing that a lot towards the end of the year. But
towards the end of the year, they was winning a lot more games too.
Yeah, but
so
like
it did translate to winning.
It's that March basketball though.
True.
It was. I think it was before March.
It was a little before, but when it was winning though, they had a few stretches when Ayton came back, I believe. But I want to see that when you know, because a lot of people can do that. I think.
Yeah. I was gonna get on Denny later. I'm not like too mad. If like I think Denny could have like scaled up, scaled down. I'm not too mad at it.
All right, so I got Wiggins at 15. Come on. I got Wiggins at 15. I got McDaniels at 14. I got Amin at 13. I got RJ Barrett at 12. I got Franz at 11. I know y'all got Franz higher. I know y'all got Franz higher.
Not just Franz.
Not just Franz. Not just Franz.
I know. But I know y'all got a man up there too, but go ahead. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna go first, and then I'm gonna let y'all. So I got Wiggins at 15. I mean, he a streaky scorer, but we sent him in the playoffs. And then that 2022 finals run that they had, him being the second option, he was the outside of Curry, obviously the most important person on that team because he played lockdown defense and then he was still able to get his points. I got McDaniels at 14 because he's one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. And he's a valuable 3-and-D person or a 3-and-D player with slashing potential. And he's a more consistent defender than Andrew Wiggins. And, obviously Andrew Wiggins declined since his 2022 run. But I feel like with Wiggins being in Miami, having a whole offseason to really get together with the team and everything like that, I feel like he's going to actually have a better season this year. Man, he got big upside. He's an elite athlete, a defensive playmaker. He's still got to develop his offensive game. And he needs to develop his shot as well, just like his brother. But for him to play defensively, to be like he got legitimate star potential. But I got him at 13 right now. Just for right now.
I want to hear what you guys say about RJ.
Talk about RJ, please.
I mean, he can get hot in stretches, but his efficiency and defense, it fluctuates. So he's good. And when I say good, I mean like good as a second option. He's probably best as a third option, but
we're talking about RJ right now, right?
RJ right now.
Okay.
For when Scotty was out and RJ Barrett was beating him, he did straight. He did good enough, but I don't know. I like RJ Barrett. I feel like it just depends on the role that he's playing where he fits like that. Because I mean, Franz is in that same type of role. It's like you're not the primary, but like when it's time for you to take over, you can. And that's why I got Franz because I say he's a two-way versatile secondary playmaker and an efficient scorer. And I mean, his role is going to continue to grow. Obviously, he still makes his mistakes because he's still young. But I like Franz, and plus RJ Barrett, he's a 20-point per game scorer, and I mean, he showed it in the playoffs too when he was playing in New York. So that's why I like RJ, and that's why I like Franz. But all right, come on, I'm listening.
Hey, so you go first, bro.
I think
I always go first.
I'm gonna talk more about a man on mine, but I think he's the best defender in the league. I think he can guard you 1 through 4. I think he's the best transition defender, the best on-ball defender. And that got to go for something. I also think he has more of an upside shooting than a sword. That's why I got him way higher than him. A man in the dunker spot was also elite. A man, I want to say he had 3 triple doubles last year. But maybe had like 15 close to it. He's probably outside of Josh Hart, the best guard or wing rebounder in the league. Speaking of, I think we forgot about Josh Hart.
Oh my God! Go ahead, just go ahead.
But
we did. After you said that's all shit.
Yeah.
But I think Amin is elite. He can be your point guard. He can be your 2. He can be your 3. He can lead the offense. So I think whenever I want to say Van Fleet was out, he was dang near averaging 9 assists a game. Elite passer. Like you said, he can be better shooting the ball, but he was pretty. Rita probably could tell me more on the his pull-up shooting from the mid-range, but I think that was also pretty good. I've seen flashes from that from Amin. But he a dog, man. This is second year. I don't see big RJ being close to him even last year. I don't see McDaniels being close to him because Jaden McDaniels' only good future is his defense, and Amin is better than him. I will go to jail before I take Jaden Daniels over him. That's my take on that. And Franz, well, you got him at 11. That's kind of disrespectful. I want to see you got over before I can argue it. But I mean, 25. I forget the assist numbers, but he could pass the ball. He could rebound with some of the best wings. He could lead your team in the regular season. Like we said, we got to see more from him in the postseason, 3-point shooting wise. Just like we got to see a lot more people. But he's so dominant in the paint that if he gets an ounce of 3-point shooting, he's going to make the All-Star team. I love Franz. He just came
to the All-Star team. He's all NBA.
He's all NBA for sure. Because I don't think people understand, and this is all ball knowledge because I couldn't do a lot of notes. I had a backed up week. Franz, I believe people gotta understand. In order to average 25 and you cannot shoot the ball from 3, you know how hard that is. Because I don't play in the NBA. I don't have the IQ of these guys.
Oh my God.
I'm playing you at the free throw line. I'm not guarding you at 3-point line. So in order for him to average 25 is elite. So that's my take on both of those guys.
I'm gonna save my Franz rant for later. I'm not even gonna like. I'm going to save it for later when I get to my Franz positioning. But we gotta stop. We gotta stop, Malik. Malik, we have to fucking stop. Yo, a men being 13 is fucking crazy. I know, and we can't even say it's just straight off potential. You can't even argue with us to be like, oh, you only have him higher because of potential. We saw it last year. He, like Queso said, I won't definitively say it.
I like him, man. I like him, man.
I'm not saying you don't like him, man, but you must like RJ a little bit better because we have RJ higher than the men today, and because we have RJ higher than the men, RJ to me is in the back half of the small forwards list because we don't know what his role is going to look like when it's downscaled. I don't think he could be a number 2 option. That's why when Queso said, "Are we talking about RJ?" I laughed. I wasn't sure because I don't think he could be a number 2 option at all and no championship team. I think RJ could be a good number 3, number 4, but RJ still has a lot to prove for me. Like defensively, it's like he has the length, he has it all, but it's not really there. It's not there defensively at all. The shooting isn't there. He's a very good driver. He's really good at driving and he's really good at passing off drives. But I don't think he does that better than the men right now. His best quality, I don't think he does better than the men today. And Ben, one of the best defensive players, best transition player. You can give a man any role. A man's not even playing his position. Well, like that he got drafted for. Now I think wing position might be better for him right now, but he got drafted to be a point guard. They told him, "Hey, man, we're backed up on point guards. We need you to be a wing," and he's done that elite. That has the potential to be. He said star. I'm gonna say superstar. He that has the potential to be a top 10 player in his league. And it's coming very soon. It might come faster than we think with them having spacing now. But now Franz, I'm really going to say Franz for later. But man, it's asinine. At 15, I have Trey Murphy the third. 14, I have DeMar. 13, I have Cam Johnson. 12, I have Cooper Flag. 11, I have Bridges.
Which Bridges is that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
We're ranking miles later. I have Mikel at 11. Since we just brought that up, I have Mikel at 11. He could have been a little lower, honestly. Like I said, his shooting kind of took a dip last season. Definitely he came to the season with it was funny. It was dead funny. We were like, what why did he change the shot? His shot was fine. He randomly just changed his shot. Then it got good, and then it got bad. It got good out of nowhere. It got good middle of the season. Then it got bad again. I don't know. But then in the playoffs, he was good, which matters. Defensively, he made probably the 2 biggest stops for the Knicks. No, he made the 2 biggest stops for the Knicks during that Celtics series. They don't win the series without him. They brought Mikal Bridges to the team for the Celtics. He completed the mission. And I think defensively, he's not, like Queso said, he's fallen off defensively from how everyone viewed him in the league. Everyone viewed him to be the best wing defender. It fell off. He's not the best wing defender, but he's still a really good wing defender. And I think, and he's elite. When I say elite, he's a really good mid-range shooter. When he gets to that little mid-range fadeaway, mid-range pull-up, when they have him run off screens and they run actions for him, I think it's only going to get better with Mike Brown coming in. I think Mike Brown is a way better offensive coach than Tom Thibodeau. So I think Mikel's looking to even be better than he was last season. His last season was it was shaky, it was good, bad, had good times, bad times. I think Mikel's gonna be really good next season. I'll go back to 15. I have Trey Murphy at 15. I think Trey Murphy was really good. He was more on ball than he's ever been in his career. Still a little injury prone for me. Defensively, he isn't as good as people think he is. I think there's a lot of hype saying Trey Murphy's a good defender. I don't see it. And then I think I forgot. We talked about the Pelicans last week or the first podcast episode, and we brought Trey Murphy up a little bit. And I remember our biggest thing was, well, like the defensive infrastructure that he's been around isn't the best, so like it's hard for him to play defense and stuff like that. When I watch him, I still don't see him. Like I made sure I went back to watch some Trey Murphy clips this season for this episode podcast during work. I watched them. I still didn't see it. I just didn't see it. I think he's to be a really good 3-point shooter. He's really good finishing at the rim. But until we see the game like fully come together, I think it's more of a dream of like him being a top 10 or to me wherever anyone has him as until I actually see it. And he plays for the Pelicans. It's hard to, but he plays for the Pelicans. Like we all are going to say, it's hard. It's very hard. DeMar, we've already spoken on him. I have him 14 just because of the offensive usage. I think he brings. Can't be your number one on a serious team, but I think if DeMar role is scaled back to good defenders around him, and he's like your third to second scoring option with the playmaking chops he has, I think it's still all right. But it's hard. But like when I started my list, I had DeMar at 8. Did I put him at 9? Did I put him at 10? And he just keeps on going down and down. And if you told me he's in the back half of the he's around 20, like where Queso has you, 20 to 16, I'm not really gonna argue with him. That's why I didn't argue with Queso. I'm not gonna be too mad. Cam Johnson, I think we said enough about him. Really good player. And Cooper Flag, I have Cooper Flag at 12. Yeah, we haven't seen it and stuff like that. But I think Cooper Flag, just his freshman, he's being hyped up for this reason. I think Cooper Flag was really good, like a really good defensive product. I think rookie season, he's going to be one of the better defensive wings in the season. Very good secondary passer, elite rebounder for his size. In college spacing, because we know in college, like the big men can stay around the rim and they don't have to leave for the 3-second rule. He averaged 28 and 3 in college spacing, and he got to 6.7 free throws a game. Obviously, kids foul a little bit more. Definitely with I think the free throw rule is down in games with bonuses and stuff like that. But I mean, we've seen it. I think Cooper Flag is going to be extremely good. And if you tell me, I'm a little too high, or it's his rookie year, why do we have him at 12? Then I'm not gonna get too mad at you. But I think by the end of the season, definitely with the role they're gonna have him play, he's gonna be high. I think he could be higher. I think he could be way higher. Definitely because they're forcing him to play a role. The efficiency's gonna be weak. Teams are gonna stop him. He's gonna have to play take tough mid rangers and stuff like that. But by the end of game 82, hopefully he has a successful season and doesn't get injured. He's gonna be hooping. Yeah. Any fight backs?
I don't like Michael that high, but not really. I got Cam over Michael by a long shot.
It's clear.
It's clear for me. For me, it's clear. I think he's a better defender, better 3-point shooter, better efficiency. Everything is just better for me. I think the only thing that Cam Bridges got over him is a little fake midi that he shoots.
It's not. Don't call that shit fake, bro.
Not fake, but the Celtics did terrible on him. Terrible. Joe Mazzulla terrible on him.
I mean, I know that, but he it doesn't matter if it was the Celtics. He did it against every team. I think he was.
The Pacers, he did.
I mean,
everybody do that against.
He had a bad series. He had a bad series against the Pacers. But I'm saying throughout the regular season, he was an elite mid-range shooter. 82 game stretch. Yeah, he had a bad series, but everyone has bad shooting series. You can't be oh, he didn't do it against the Pacers, so we're gonna hold him. A lot of fucking motherfuckers didn't do it against the Pacers. So that's why no one had the Pacers going to the finals, and then
we did against the Pacers
2 years ago. 2 years ago, it's a better Pacers team now. Tyrese Halliburton would whoop you guys, but that's beyond the point.
Think so?
I know so. I'm not mad at you for saying you like Cam more than Mikal. I just think Mikal. I wouldn't call Cam a better defender than Mikal. I think Mikal's still a better defender. No, yeah, I would say Mikal's still a better defender.
You going by the stats or the eye test or both?
I'm going by the eye test. I think Mikal, but I've seen Mikal be a good POA defender, and when they were on the same team, Mikal was the better POA defender.
That
When
I
they were on the
agree.
same team in Brooklyn, Mikal was still the better PO defender. So for Cam just to have, because so if Mikal's been a better PO defender on every team they've been on, and then last year when Cam played a higher role and was kind of, I'm not gonna say fishing for trade, but like, yeah, I know Cam Johnson probably did not want to be in Brooklyn Nets last year. He wanted to get traded. And then Mikal like had an off year. I can't say he's a better defender. Like Mikal's been better every year of his NBA career.
But when we talk about defense, we gotta look at the whole picture. When I say Cam is better, not only obviously I think Bridges is a better POA because of his length, but and his ability to get around screens, but weak side defense, guarding bigger wings, straight up guarding off the ball. I think Cam Johnson's better in every fashion. I think Bridges is good because of his length, but when it comes down to getting down to your stance and really getting a stop on a bigger defender, I think I got Cam Johnson over him. POA, I got Bridges over him for sure. But defense, I wouldn't say night and day. That was kind of exaggerating it, but I think I just take Cam Johnson over Bridges and all around scoring wise. 3-point shooting. Every facet of it.
Yeah, I mean, 3 points, the scoring, the offensive. I think I like Cam as a better offensive player than Mikal, even back in Phoenix. So I'm not mad at you for saying that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Definitely this year. I mean, Cam's going to have to do it this year. This is.
I mean, look what he did without Jokic. What do you think he's going to do with Jokic? He might, you know what I'm saying? Be 6 man, not 6 man, because he's going to start, but he's going to be
see. We'll see. I mean, I think so too. So we'll see. At 10, I have Brandon Ingram. 9, I have Paul George. 8, I have Denny. 7, I have OG. 6, I have Amen. I think I've already spoke on Ingram a little bit. I think Ingram's in probably one of the better roles he's been in. Like going into this Toronto year, they kind of only need really much they need him to score. That's what they need him to do. Like there's not a lot they need him to do. They don't need him. Like the Pelicans needed him to play defense, will be like a defensive wing with Herb. They got defenders in Toronto. I mean, they're gonna need some playmaking from him, but like they have Stock, they have Quickly. Like he could still be a secondary type of playmaker. The only thing they need from BI this season is to score, and they need him to space the floor a little bit. I think last season he shot. Last season he shot 6.7 attempts from 3. That's 6.4. That's the highest he's taken in his career. I think he is slowly and finally understanding he needs to take threes.
What was the percentage last year?
37%. Okay. So he shot really good from 3 too. So my thing with Brandon, and I'm an Ingram guy. Like I've always been an Ingram guy, but like my thing with Ingram is I don't think Ingram can be a number one scorer, number one offensive option. They're gonna need him to be in Toronto because Scotty's not there yet as just a shooter and breaking that man down to dribble, stuff like that. But he's never gonna get there. But we'll talk about that next week. BI, I think BI is really good. I think BI is really good. I think we're going to see it this year. Paul George, I'm happy that we've all not put Paul George. Like I'm happy we got to 10. And Paul George has not been stated for anyone, so I'm assuming he's on everyone's list. Paul George had an off year. I'm not the biggest Paul George guy. If anyone has known me, I make jokes about Paul George all the time. I'm not the biggest fan of Podcast P. But Podcast P, or Paul George, let me say his name correct. His last year in the Clippers was elite. Even last year, I'm looking at his numbers. I didn't watch the Sixers like that. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm looking at his defensive numbers. They were still really good. The only thing that fell off of Paul George was his offensive game. He was injured. His shooting fell off. Everything fell off. He was a 54% true shooting. Last couple years, he's been around the 60s. Like, do I think he fell off or do I think he was injured? I think he was injured. But he's getting older. That's why I had to put him in 9. I had to put people like Denny, and Anunoby over him because until I see it, because this could go dead wrong. Like Paul George could be terrible again, and then I look like an idiot for putting him in my top 10, and I should have just went off last year's sample size. But I gotta see it first. I gotta see the fall off first. Denny, I have an 8. I think Denny was really, really good last season. He was a good defensive player. He got to the free throw line. I'm very, 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 very big on players that know how to get to the line, know how to do it. He's doing it right now in EuroBasket as well. By the way, when y'all go, I gotta check if they won the game. But very good passer. He was an elite defensive rebounder, 99 percentile, 60% true shooting. Oh my God. Portland was 7 points offensively worse when Denny was off the floor. Denny in his last 30 games of the season, and that's past March, that goes into February. He averaged 20 points, 5 assists, 8 rebounds, 62% true shooting, 55 from 2, and he was 39% from 3 with 6.4 free throw attempts a game. Offensively, he took a jump. Like, that was probably the best thing he could have done getting traded from the Wizards to Portland. Like, he was, for that Portland team, I really think, like, we talked about a little bit last week with, like, you ranking Shaden high. I think he was the catalyst of that Portland team getting, like, his game scaled up throughout every single month of last season. If you just look at a month-to-month basis.
Would you say your shooting numbers was?
I only have the last 30 games, but I can look. I mean, he was 60% true shooting for the season, but for the last 30 games, he shot 39% from 3, 55% from 2. And I'm pretty sure for the season, this is off the top of the dome while I'm Googling right now. I'm pretty sure he was 37% from 3. He was 36.5% from 3, 47.6% from the field, and he averaged 17 points. Yeah, I'm a big Denny guy. OG, one of the best wing defenders in the league. I thought about putting him lower than this, but
I did too.
I did too. I didn't want to put him in my top 10, but I did because when he's on the court, the Knicks win. The Knicks just win when he's on the court, and I have to respect it. He's 37% three-point shooter. He played 74 games last season. That is a career high. Actually, I said that, and I don't know, but that's a career high when it comes to recently.
I think
when it comes
to because he was hurt with the Raptors early on.
Yeah, no, it's tied to his rookie year where he played 74 games as well. So basically, a career high. Yeah,
I could have sworn he was hurt coming out of college. That's crazy. So it must have been his second year.
Yeah, but he literally just he was really good. He was really good. What he did to the court led to the wins. Not really efficient anywhere else, but like when we talk about D, wing and 3, D and wing defender, if we're not talking about Kawhi, we are talking about OG. Like OG is literally elite when it goes defensively. What he does is not the advanced numbers. When you watch OG on the court, him running around screens, chasing players, stuff like that, guarding weak side, like no, he's elite. And a man tops is my baby. I wish I could have put him in the top 5. I really did.
Rewind that back. You go start again. What'd you say?
Amen Thompson, my baby. This is my son. This is really my son. I can say that because this is really my son. Like, you can, like, he dead my favorite young player in the league. Like, when I say Amen does everything I like he gets to the rim, best guard defender, elite in transition, best rebounding wing. The shot, like Queso said it earlier, he told me to check his mid-range. He's got about like 37% from mid-range, like long mid-range. From the short mid-range, it was like in the 68, 670. But like, I watched a lot of Houston games. Like I said, yeah, I watched a lot of Houston games. The more the season was coming, the shot was getting there. The three-point shot wasn't there, but like the mid-range shot, him getting down in that mid-range and pulling up in transition or pulling up like somewhere in the half court, it was slowly getting there. It was slowly getting there.
Too, though. 3-point shot
from the corner. The 3-point shot from the corner was getting
40% 1 month last year. I want to say February, 40%.
I don't know, but I've seen it. That's the difference with his brother. I've seen it, and I think, and then we saw what he did in the playoffs. In the playoffs, he was when the Rockets, Jalen Green wasn't doing shit, and they couldn't find no offense. Sengun and the men,
they had nothing for men,
and nothing. And men might, like, people started the series off calling him a Curry stopper. I'm pretty sure Curry like killed him in game 1, but after that, Amen, I mean, no one's stopping Curry. Amen did a really good job on Steph, and it's one of the better jobs I've seen of Steph in a while. Steph is still Steph, And then game started getting into like an offensive rebound type of game, and the game got a little mucky. That Houston Warriors series was really fun, just because it wasn't played in a regular basketball way that we see most series. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Queso has a man in the top. Well, Queso has a man in the top 10, so like I know he's gonna speak more about men as well. Like I just love men. Anything to say before I go to Malik? Or before we go to Malik?
I'm gonna touch on the Paul George, Denny, when it's my turn.
For sure. All right.
All right, so for my list, for 10, I got OG Anunoby. For 9, I got Miles Bridges. 8, I got Denny. 7, I got DeRozan. And 6, I got Paul George. So I
Mikal
got
Bridges.
OG. Huh?
Yo, nine is Mikal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you
So
said Miles. You
we
said
doing
Miles.
Miles for
Yeah,
my
you
fault.
said Miles. You said Miles. So you good.
My fault,
Wait.
my fault. All right.
Before you go, I'm gonna let you go. Yo, Queso, remember you would just get on me from Mikal at 11? You better get on him the same way. But I'm gonna shut up now. Go ahead.
You see how I'm looking.
Okay.
Just listen to my reasoning. Just listen to my reasoning. All right, so I got OG at 10. Like you were saying, elite defender. He's an improving catch and shoot player for what he did. He's thriving in his role as a 3-and-D player in New York. If he could shot create for himself, I'd probably have him at like 6 or 7. But he doesn't shot create for himself. But I mean, you don't really need him to because you're still playing with Jalen Brunson. And then he was very useful defensively in the playoffs. I mean, they needed him. Like you said, they won games because of OG. I got Mikal at 9 because he's an elite 3-and-D archetype. He played as a number 1 option when he played in Brooklyn. His consistency was a little shaky, but he learned how to self-create for him. That's why I got him over OG. And what else I said? I mean, he's a great fit as a secondary star, third option. I mean, I know he's playing with Cat and he's playing with Jalen Brunson, but I mean, he can go out there and get you 20 a night. And then I got Denny at 8. Yeah.
Oh,
Mikal gets you 18.
He can.
No, he could definitely get you 20 a night. He could definitely not 20 a night. He could get you 20.
He can get you 20 a night too, but not on a winning team, not in the playoffs, not when it matters. He can do that on the Brooklyn Nets, just like Cam Johnson on the Brooklyn Nets. But Mikal Bridges, no. Over Amin Thompson, no. Over Franz, I can't accept that.
I
can accept that if it was the Phoenix Suns defender. Okay, that's cool. Even over OG, I can't accept that. But I do like your reasoning for it, like you said, being able to create more than some of these guys, which he can.
Yeah.
But I just can't. I can't. That hurts.
Yeah, I would think.
It's like you hit me somewhere. Like that's tough.
Yeah, OG. He's a better defender from Mikal.
I see him as a number 1 option in New York, and like I got to kind of give him something for that.
Wait,
you're saying in Brooklyn? In Brooklyn, you're saying in Brooklyn? He meant Brooklyn.
Right, my fault. Brooklyn, New York. Sorry, my fault. That's my fault. All right.
It was Brooklyn though. My thing. I know you're still going through your list, but like we have to stop here. We have to. Like it was Brooklyn though. Like it was Brooklyn. Like they didn't even do anything. Like they were losing. And my thing with Mikal, it wasn't cute. Like Mikal, I remember when Mikal first got traded, this shit was 27. I remember he was like 27. But the season after, when it was a full season with the Brooklyn, it was like 21 off of it was like bad efficiency. It was like nasty efficiency. Like it's like high usage. It didn't even like. I mean, I like the argument. Like Casey said, like you saying you create over OG. I like that. Like that is a great point. That's why I wanted to put OG like lower because he can't create. And like all these players in the top 10, at least they can create some type of offense. Like OG can't. OG goes on a hot catch and shoot 3-point runs, but
I hate that.
I don't know. But like, it's not even the OG for me. It's the Franz and the men, and we're gonna keep on going back to this. Like, it's like, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got Denny at 8. I feel like Denny this year, he might really be the most improved. Like he might win. That's really how I feel with Dame.
Yeah.
Because I mean, then I said for my notes, I got him as a versatile defender. He's an improved shooter, and he's a good secondary playmaker. So him, I mean, he's good defensively too. He's been playing with Drew. He's gonna be playing with. I mean, he still got Aiden on the backside.
No,
No,
Aiden's
no
not
way.
there. Klingon.
Clean
Oh
up.
yeah.
Klingon,
And then
Robert Williams. No, that team defensively is going to be really, really
Romani.
good. Jeremy Grant. Yeah. No, that team's crazy.
yeah. So all he got to do is be a solid team defender, and then I mean, he'll be straight with that. And then you still got Shaden Sharp. You still got Scoot. I expect a lot from Scoot, like, but that's a whole nother list for a whole nother time. That we already did. So I got DeMar at 7 because I mean that's a veteran scoring punch. I mean he gonna get you what he scored last year? 22
22.
last year.
Yeah.
He gave you 22, 4, and 4. But I mean, he shot 32% from 3, but he's not really expected to shoot his threes because that's not what we're expecting out of DeRozan. But he's still efficient from what he was shooting. He shot 46 from the field, 47. Yeah, 47 or 48 from the field, and he still play makes. I mean, he got defensive limitations, but I mean, he's still a reliable bucket. And then I got Paul George at 6. I mean, last year was probably one of the worst years that Phillies had recently with all their injuries and everything like that. So I'm not going to entirely scratch out that whole season, but from Paul George still being Paul George, he's still an elite shooter. He's a strong defensive wing when he's engaged. It's just his health was his downfall and his playoff woes. I mean, they call him way off P for a reason, but I
You said
respect Paul
what?
George. Way off
Waldo.
P.
Yeah.
And then I mean, he can at least spacing their defense. So
I
yeah,
mean, I think that the obvious one is Mikal and DeMar being so high. Again, I had DeMar. I really started DeMar like up here, and then he just kept on going down and down because you don't want yeah, he gives you 22. It's like good efficiency, and he does everything well. But you don't want him to be your number one, and like he kind of demands number one usage. I don't know if it's because we never seen him in a role. It's kind of unfair to him because we never seen him in a role where there's been better, like way better scorers on his team. Like he's like even with the Kings right now, like you can make an argument that DeMar that you might want DeMar on the ball more than Levine, just a little bit. Like you can make an argument. I wouldn't be too mad at you. He's never played with anyone probably way better than him, so like it's hard for me to fault him. But like I think where we're at in the league, because it's nothing but just mid ranges. It's not like he's getting to the rim a lot. He's not getting to the rim a lot. It's not like a Franz where he's getting to the rim like 8, 9 times a game, 7 times a game, and then he's locking people up. Like he's just a mid range sniper. Like he's one of them. It's just one of them old players. I don't know. I just value other players like what they bring to the basketball court more than DeMar. Okay, so you got anything?
No, we touched on it.
Yeah, the Mikal shit we've already touched on. Hey.
He already slapped me in the face. We good.
Go ahead, Queso.
6, we got Franz. Wait. Oh, never mind. 6, we got Franz. 7, we got Paul George. 8, we got Trey Murphy. 9, we got OG. 10, we got Brandon Ingram. You already touched on Brandon Ingram. Started shooting better last year. I see them against OKC the first round last year, I believe.
Bad.
Terrible. His reads, his progressions through his reads were terrible. They looked at him to be a number one option. I think he actually could have got the work because Lou Dort on him is a small defender. I think he could have gotten his bag, but he didn't. So that kind of moved me the wrong way. But I think still one of the best late game performers that I think we'll see. OG, we know he could do it. I hate his 3-point shooting, like you said, the random spurts. It kind of makes me mad because he'll randomly just get you 8 threes in a game, 9 threes in a game. I'm like, bro, it's so annoying, bro. Like, and that's all he gonna do to an offense to just shoot, But elite defender, Trey Murphy. I think he came along last year. Last year, I want to say 25. 1 month he averaged like 25 on elite shooting. Like you said, people overhype his defense, but we gotta understand he's not a main defender. You put him in where he's the second, third option, his metrics, his stats are going to be elite, where he's going to look like one of the better defenders. Kind of like, I'm not gonna say Jalen Williams, but kind of like Jalen Williams. If you put Jalen on one of your as the number one defender, he's not going to look elite. He's going to be overhyped. But in a certain system, he's going to look elite. That's my take on Trey Murphy.
I disagree on that.
Well, let me not say specifically him, but in general, certain players are not number one defenders.
Yeah, they're not your POA defenders.
So that's the reason I believe he was a little overhyped. But you put him in a more relaxed role, I think he's going to be a very good defender for that role. Paul George, what people got to understand is he came from shooting 20 shots to, I want to say, 13 field goal attempts last year. It was on worse efficiency, but look what they threw him into. I think he got hurt early in the season, like a finger. He got knee injury like 2-3 times. Joel Embiid wasn't there 99% of the season. He got through in a role that he was not prepared for. Like we say, podcast probably took a weigh on him. That's why he took off the internet for a little bit. But injuries mixed with a whole new system. He didn't know he was going to be the number one option with him and Maxey over there. He didn't know he was going to be the main. He thought he was going to go in a second option role, play behind Joel Embiid. That wasn't the case. 76ers was insane last year. Insane. So it will be hard for any top player to go. So I got him ranked 7 for that fact that he was elite when he was playing for the Clippers. He is a very good shooter. He was a 40% shooter before on crazy high attempts. And he can score on 3 levels of the floor. He's still not a bad defender. He still guard the 1 through the 3, 1 through the 4. A very good lane defender as well, or weak side defender, excuse me. Still rebound really well. He's very good on every facet of the game. I think he's just not number one option.
Injury just injury in the playoffs, but yeah.
That's it. And I think even in the playoffs, he said himself he's not number one option. I think when we rate certain players, let them be who they are. Like certain players are just not number one option, number 2 option. So when they go to the playoffs and they play like a number 2 option, we gotta respect it. That's what Paul George is. Franz, we already touched on him the whole time. This elite.
We haven't enough.
Not enough.
I'll get to it, bro.
I like Franz. I liked him since he came in the league. I want to see him improve his 3-point shooting. I think not this year, last year when he went against the Cavs, he shot 1 for 10 in Game 7 or 1 for 9, something insane. You have to be able to space the floor, especially as a number 1, number 2, number 3 option, because that makes everything worse. A very, very good defender, a very good rebounder, can facilitate the ball, a very good transition player, all around a good player. His IQ is there. His confidence in his 3-point has grew. We just got to see it translate to actually making it. Overall, he's just a very good player. He'll be easily a top 3-4 player on his list if he can at least give me 36% from 3. Be respectable, knock a few threes, at least knocks him down in the corner. But I like Franz. That's my list right there. Any objections to anything? Paul George, hate. Let's do it.
I mean, other than Trey Murphy being higher, but I mean, like you've explained.
Trey Murphy.
I think. I mean, it's kind of hard to say the Cam Johnson archetype, but I think Trey Murphy, like we said, I think someone said it like, if Trey Murphy was in Denver last season,
yeah,
like let's say Trey Murphy got traded to Denver instead of Cam, I think Trey Murphy could be crazy good. And like you said, he's not a point of attack defender. Like you need to have good defensive players around him, like an Aaron Gordon, for example, that could have been around him and stuff like that. But
I think
yeah, no, he's good. He's good.
OG. He's a very good defender, but I also think he's another one that's a tad bit overhyped. Just off the eye test, strictly. When I see him play, even Tatum last year, I mean, giving him straight belt the whole series, the whole time they played, or regular season, excuse me. Every game was straight belt for OG. I seen him play against Shea. I seen him play against these guys, and it was belt every time. He gonna try. He gonna be good, but I think he has gotten worse over the years. Injuries, yes. He's a very good shooter, yes, but I got him lower because of that. I think him and Murphy could be swapped, but I like Murphy's potential a lot in a reduced role of him catching and shooting, one of the best long range shooter in the league. And he'll dunk on you, and he'll rise up on you and get a poster at the same time. So I respect Murphy for that too. but him is a little bit more potential than others. But that's my list.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about. No, I'm gonna touch on it later. Yeah, I'm gonna touch on Denny later when I get to my on the spot thing. But top 5 time. At
Before you get
5,
to
I
5,
have.
though,
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say before you get to 5, for mine, we gonna talk about it though. But go ahead.
I mean,
I'm off. I'm good.
at,
You
at
too.
5,
You too. I'm good on both of y'all. I'll leave.
we'll talk. We'll talk. I thought this is gonna be the most debated top 5 we've had in a while. Oh, at 5, I got Franz. 4, I got Jimmy Butler. 3, I have J-Dub. 2, I have Jaylen Brown. 1, I have Kawhi. Malik.
5, I got Flag. 4, I got Kawhi. 3, I got JB. 2, I got J-Dub. And 1, I got Jimmy.
What the fuck? Go ahead, Queso.
Excuse me, bro. 5, I got a min. 4, I got J-Dub. 3, I got Jimmy Butler. 2, I got Kawhi. 1, I got JB.
All right. Let me speak.
Who want to start?
I want to speak on Franz. Let me just speak on Franz, and then after that, we can have an open discussion. But let's speak on Franz, and then let's flame. I got some flaming to do. Anyways,
Stop playing.
Franz, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, if you have Franz, I think Casey has Franz at 6. If you have Franz at 6, I'm cool. 5, 6. I personally think, and this is like we're gonna have this discussion sooner or later throughout the season. I personally think you guys can make any faces. I don't give a fuck. Franz is better than Paulo right now. I think that as of right now, I do not care. Franz is an elite defensive player, one of the elite defensive wing, elite passer, elite rebounder for his position.
Wait. Hold on. My mic is tripping. Go ahead. You said what? Say that. You said a statement. Say it again.
Franz is better than Paulo, and I can talk about it.
I think that's a good part. Another segment, but that is insane. And you my guy. You look. You my guy.
Okay, I know you my guy too. But we can talk about. I don't. Franz. I think Kato said it. Like when you average what you average, 25, 26 points without a 3-point shot, and like everyone on your team knows, you do not have 3-point spacing around you. So like the rims already like it's already clogged up. They're not having to like play off of you. The rim is clogged up, and you still get to the rim at an elite level with that many attempts, and you shoot that good. I just have to. In his first 2 seasons, when he got to the NBA, he was a 35, 36% 3-point shooter. I don't know what the fuck happened. The shit fell off. I'm still waiting for it to come back. I don't know why. Because I literally have stated it. If Franz has a 3-point shot, he's an all-NBA player. What he does defensively and what he does offensively for Orlando it's already hellsick. Orlando doesn't have a point guard. He is their playmaker. He literally is their playmaker. 13.7 potential assists. That is top of all wings. Not number 1, but it's top percentile. Orlando was 8 points worse when Franz is off the court. They are 7.3 points defensively better when Franz is on the court. And the Magic is 3.9 defensively worse when he's off the court. When Franz is off the court and it's just Paulo, we have seen the offense. Like the Magic's offense isn't good. It's not good when both of them are on the court. But it gets really bad when Franz gets off the court. It's just because of everything what Franz does. It's his touch around the rim, him being able to get to the paint, maneuver around people. In isolation, he's elite. Coming in pick and roll, he literally knows who to tag off of, who to pass. He can make. I've seen him make skip passes off of shit, like, and he's only getting better and better. Like I wasn't really that high on Franz when he came out of college, but that motherfucker has been proving me wrong. He only gets better and better, and the reason why, I mean, we could touch on this on another day, but I'm just gonna give him my take. The reason why I think he's better than Paulo right now is because my problem with Paulo is his efficiency and shot diet around some places is just not like his efficiency at some places is not good. Yes, in the playoffs, Paulo has gave us like big numbers or whatever. Franz gave us big numbers last playoffs against who they lose. They lost to the Celtics in round 1. Both Franz and Paulo was cooking. The year before that, Franz was fucking terrible against Cleveland, and Paulo was really good. So people have now went off the mindset that Paulo is the better player than
But
Franz.
he was really
because
what?
did I
Who
say
was really
Paulo
good?
was really good? Did I say Paulo was? I apologize.
He was
Paulo was
great.
not.
No. He was great. Let's respect Paolo. He
He
wasn't
was
really good.
no. He was great. No, he was great. He was literally hitting. But to me, where I think he was hitting in them playoffs was cap. Like he was hitting like 40% from three. He was hitting 40% from threes. That's not Paulo. We have not seen Paulo do that in any other stretch
I
other
don't
than
think
that
it could be
playoffs.
cap. I don't think it could be cap in the playoffs. In your first playoffs, I think it could be cap in a game or two. I don't think it'd be capping. I think it'd be capping the regular season. I don't think it'd be capping the playoffs. In the
I think
playoffs versus a good defensive team, I don't think it could be capped.
I think we've seen players we've seen players do things in playoffs that like aren't the norm for them. I think we like we talked about Jamal Murray 2 weeks ago. Like I think, and I'm not calling Paul. Like I think Paulo's potential is better than Franz. I'm not even discussing that. But I think as of today, when we talk about who's the better player, who leads the Magic to better places when they're on the court, I've seen Franz do it. The numbers show it. I've literally seen it. When Paulo was out, Franz was literally leading the Magic to like the Magic was still a top 3 seed, winning games. We saw like during the in-season tournament, it's an in-season tournament. Like not a lot of people care about that. We can talk about that for another day. But Franz was still elite during these times. Like there was never a point when the Magic dipped.
Do you think, if you start a team today, you pick a Franz or Paolo? Straight up today,
like there's no improvement. I think I would take Paolo because there's improvement.
Okay.
That could happen because he could get better.
I think this would be a good segment though.
Yeah, but I personally just think Franz is better. I've seen the Magic fans on Twitter. Like I don't think that's like. I mean, it's a hot take. It's for sure a hot take. But I've seen Magic fans say that as well. They're like, oh no, as of today, right now, Franz is our best player, and we're seeing. I mean, I want to talk about EuroBasket. I'm gonna say that from on the spot, but now even what he's doing right now for his Germany team, and that's not NBA. You're not playing against NBA competition every time, but you're getting more number one reps, and he has not looked bad and stuff like that. He just continuously knows how to get to the line, continue to know how to finish at the rim, continue to know how to do, and he's elite defense. He's a really good defensive player. Like you can put him on your best. He's guarding the best player usually for the other team, and he's doing a pretty damn good job. But with that being said, me ranting about my Franz, why the fuck is Cooper at 5 and Kawhi? Listen. I see. We have Jaylen Brown at 1, and I have Jaylen Brown at 2. You have Jaylen. You're a Celtics fan. You have your Jaylen Brown at 3. You have J-Dub. So just go ahead. Go ahead, Malik. Go ahead. I feel like you have the most controversial. Okay, go ahead.
All right. First and foremost, let's go and get to it, right? Flag is at 5, strictly based off of potential, but he is NBA ready right now. Like, he can go in and right now be a number 2 option. By the end of the season, be a number 1 option. Look at who he's playing next to. Most likely he's going to be playing 3, right? Let's say it's January and, teams are starting to ramp up for the playoffs. You have Kyrie, Klay Thompson, Coop, Anthony Davis, Derek Lively. That defensive backcourt or the defensive front court, insane. All right, go ahead.
I have a question. Is this a Maverick segment or is this a Cooper Flag segment?
No. It's a Cooper Flag segment.
Okay, continue.
Listen. With him starting off the season without Kyrie, you're going to expect him to make more, which is only going to get him to adjust as the season goes on. And then when Kyrie comes in, he can be a secondary playmaker and just focus on defense and then just improving his shot creation, which is what he's going to do in that first part of the season. Do you know how tough this nigga is about to be? Go ahead.
What did you rank Franz at?
11. I remember.
Him and Franz are basically the same players.
Literally.
Except Flag is like a better athlete, of course. They're the same players, basically. Get to the rim. attack the basket, good defenders, great defenders, but
Has a
to
little
have
mid-range shot.
Franz at 11 and Flag at 5 off of
With
potential,
Flag had to
I
play
respect
in
that.
one game.
I respect
like-
that. I had Flag up too. I had Flag with you, but Flag being over Franz, who just gave you 25. My fault for
Absolutely.
getting loud. He just gave you 25, bro. Like, you my guy too. That's crazy.
Absolutely.
Come on.
If
I was-
when Flag
So wait, I have a
developed his
question.
shot
So you're obviously not saying he's the fifth best small forward right now. You're saying by the end of next season, he will be the fifth best small forward.
yes. By the end of next season,
I can respect that more, but still,
Not
Franz.
over Franz. Not over Franz.
Yeah, I think Franz is still going to elevate to. He's not going to go lower than 25, and he can only get better from 3-point line. But I respect it a little more.
I agree with that.
And then why?
Flag is 18. Yeah, no. All right, let me finish up what you call real quick. Flag is 18. Like, he's already elite defensively with his versatility. And then with him improving his 3-point shot, because what was his he had 19, 7, and 4 in college, and he shot 48, 39, and 84 at the line on 30 minutes. Like, he had 50 blocks, 52 steals. He defensively, I don't think that we're good. Like, I feel like his season is going to be like Anthony Davis's rookie season, and then playing alongside him, like, I really like what Coop got coming up this season. That's what I got.
Kawhi and Jaylen Brown.
All right, Kawhi, I got him at 4 because when he's healthy, I would have him at 1 or 2. But he hasn't been healthy. Last season, he was, some type of healthy, but then now he got this whole suspension thing that might be coming up. So
that's not basketball.
We don't know what we're really going to see. No, it's not. But we don't know what we're going to see from Kawhi at that point. And then he's playing with James Harden, who's 35, CP3, who's like 58, and Bradley Beal, who is coming off a bad season, but we're expecting Bradley Beal, somebody who needs the ball in order to score, to just be a catch and shoot player. I really don't understand what the Clippers are trying to build, so that's why I don't have Kawhi that high, because what are we going to – when Kawhi plays, we're expecting a championship. We're not getting that this year.
I disagree. I think that what the Clippers are building is perfectly fine. I think Kawhi is never a guy that demands 50 or 40 shots a game. We even see it in the playoffs, where like there was a lot of times where I wish Kawhi, because I think during this playoffs in particular, Kawhi wasn't like, it wasn't the Kawhi we usually see. I think he fell off a little bit, but I think it was more of aggressiveness, if anything. And
they lost in the first round, right?
They lost in the first round, but I'll put like a little asterisk to that, because if they catch any other team other than OKC, I think they win easily. I think they were the third best team in the playoffs.
I do too last
in the West.
Actually.
Yeah, a couple years. I think they've been like, I think Denver. I think they did match up well against Denver. Okay, we went to damn Game 7, and then James Harden just went they won off. Nasty. Yeah, they threw a couple games too. Just off. I won't say it though, because Denver won it, but like it was hard. But my thing with Kawhi is, and we can like move around, but the reason why I have Kawhi 1 is because Kawhi is still like, yes, he was injury prone, and yes, he had to get ramped up to get to a point. But like, I'm cool with if Kawhi is getting ramped up and not playing a full 82 game season for him to be healthy in the playoffs, I'm cool with it. If Kawhi plays 40 games next season because he misses the first 30 games because they're quote unquote ripping him up and the Clippers is still a top 5 seed. See, like that was my thing with Jimmy Butler. Like, I think me and Keizo had an argument like about like 6 weeks ago about Jimmy Butler, and my argument about Jimmy is he kind of does the ramping up thing. He does not try that hard in the regular season. But the difference between Kawhi and Jimmy is Kawhi can do it because his team is going to get to a seeding where it's respectable, where they still have home court, or they're still doing yada yada yada. Jimmy, 8th seed, 9th seed,
Well,
not even gonna play in. I fucking hate it. I've always hated it.
That's 2 years out of his time
No,
in the Heat. There was number 1, I think, in 2020.
that had to be 1 year. That had to be 1 year.
There was top. I believe there was top 5s 2 or 3 years. There was only in the play in the last 2 years.
I'm going to fact check that. I have to fact check that actually.
I know for a fact they was number 1 year because we was number 2. And I want to say maybe 2 years out of the 5.
I got you. Last season 10th, but he was on the team that. Before that 8th. Before that 7. Before that number 1. Before that 6. Before that 5. Before that 10. So when Jimmy was on the team, but my thing is, you do not have home. You've had home court one out of the 5-6 years that you've been there. Home court, like people act like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does matter. It literally does matter, bro. It matters. It just makes your road harder. It makes you have to play.
That comparison is hard because that 1 year you're talking about is the most help Jimmy has had. That last few teams, Jimmy has had Gabe Vincent as his second best player because Tyler Herro has been hurt. Bam Adebayo, we don't know what he's doing. We're gonna get to Bam Adebayo too. But Kawhi Leonard's had Paul George on the side and Zubac and Ty Lue on the side and Harden like last year to carry the weight. Norman Powell who averaged 54-90 on 20 points. It's not Jimmy's fault. He got to carry the whole load. Like if Kawhi had to do what Jimmy had to do, Kawhi would have been hurt or he couldn't do either. Jimmy Butler is literally having to carry the team on his back. That's what I'm saying. I see what you mean by ramping up part. He's ramping up, but when he's doing it, he doesn't have a team to help him do that. That's just how he goes.
In the regular season, I wouldn't say he's carrying. In the regular season, I think Bam is still good. Like Bam, even what you just saying, Gabe was the second, like maybe offensive option, but Bam was still the second best player because of what he just did, what he brings to the team. But
in the whole thing of Kawhi is having a better team. So he can ramp up. Jimmy Butler's doing the same thing Kawhi's doing, but he has it worked. And he's also just even if he was Jimmy, he still has a bad team where we can't do nothing about that.
But I would disagree of what Kawhi is doing, what Jimmy's doing, because when Kawhi is on the court, we're talking 50, 40, 90. And Kawhi's been 40 from 3 for the last 4 or 5 seasons. When I say like 50, 40, 90, it's 50, 40, 90 legitly. Like I remember last season, Kawhi, like his numbers efficiency is crazy. Like when Kawhi shoots a shot, like we all, like I think KD and LeBron said it on their podcast. When Kawhi shoots a shot, you think it's going in
every time.
It's every time. It's automatic every time. Defensively, he has not fell. It has not fell. Yes, he's not the number 1 POA defender of the league and stuff. Like there's people that went past him, but he's still elite defensively. Like he's still a great rebounder, still a good playmaker. I think because of how good he is offensively and how much he rises the Clipper offense, he has help, but like the numbers say it himself. When Kawhi is on the court, they're 11.4 is 11.4 offensive on and off when he's on the court. They're 9.9 points better when Kawhi's on the court. Yeah, he has a lot more help, but when Kawhi's on the court, it's scary. It's dead. Like there's dead times in the playoff, and even in the playoffs recently. There's been times where I'm like, I never can count them out, even though like they don't win. I've never went into a series like, it's every Clipper series I've ever predicted the last couple of years is 6 or 7.
And people saying he had a bad playoffs. That one he didn't. He shot
50, last year?
Yeah, he shot 50, 40 and 26 points a game. 5 and 5. That's not bad at all. And that was his first season back after a few seasons of going through a lot of injury. What you want him to do? He should. That's why he my number 2. We'll get to my list. That's why he.
But that's why I can't like over Jaylen Brown, who and my biggest thing about Kawhi and why I have Kawhi number 1, which I feel like nobody can argue this. I have seen Kawhi win a championship as the number 1 option. He's the most clear number 1 option on this list. There is no number 1 option on this list that you can say. Maybe you can say Jimmy. Jimmy got them very far. Go ahead, Kesa.
My guy, you told us what we basing this off of last year. We're not talking about 2019.
Oh no. Of course.
He could be a number 1 option, but We can say
But
about
is
a lot
he
of
still
people on
not?
this
Is he still not a number one option?
because technically, they say Jaylen Brown was number one option going to the finals too, right? So we could say he ain't the only number one option on here. That was 5 years ago. This was last year.
No, I'm not saying he's not the only number one option. Like Jimmy was a number one option for the Heat. I'm saying he's the most clear one. Like Kawhi's still a number one option to this day. Like you still can win a championship with Kawhi. I am sure of that. I'm not sure of that right now with Jimmy. I'm not I'm sure. I know you cannot win a championship with Jimmy as number one. I've literally seen it. Jada, no, not right now in his career. Jaylen Brown, we literally saw Jaylen Brown have 7 turnovers in Game 7. 7. He averages 4 turnovers with Jason Tatum. Go ahead, Malik. You was first. Go ahead.
So what we're not gonna do is do that about Jimmy because Jimmy was playing with, like he said, Gabe Vincent was his second best scoring option because Tyler Hero did not show up. He's playing with Bam, who has no post game. Like, look at the team that he carried to the finals multiple times. It's not like if he had a floor spacer, they probably would have won the championship. Not against Denver, but they probably would have. If they had another big and then a shooter, they probably could have took Lakers to 6 or 7, and then something else could have happened. But
for sure,
Jimmy is a clear cut number one. We're not gonna sit there and disrespect Jimmy like that. We can't.
Look,
wait, what the fuck? Wait.
You see Jimmy on my Jimmy's third on my list, but he ain't a clear cut number one. No more. Because the last time we see him, they played in 2020. Then he was number one. Now he isn't. But everything you said, I agree with though. He
clear cut number one.
Listen,
I just saw that boy. I have like a 10-point game in the playoffs when Steph went out.
Wait.
Clear cut number one.
Did he not change the Warriors whole
Minnesota
season?
What rank was him?
Did he not turn the whole season around? Not the whole season around, but did he not come and make a whole difference for the Warriors?
Wait, go ahead, Malik. I'm so sorry. I was about to cut you off because Casey's sister was so asinine to me. But go ahead. What'd you say?
Did Jimmy not come in for the Warriors and like flip that whole season from what they was doing?
Correct.
Like,
yes.
they was
No, he did.
Yeah,
he did because they had nothing.
What do you mean?
But you see what happened when you put Jimmy
as in they didn't have Steph didn't have any help. Like with Jimmy, Jimmy's number fucking 4 for me. He's not a bad player.
No. You know why Jimmy talking like this? Because you got somebody number 3 over him.
Because he is. But
no.
We'll talk about that. You just told me. I said Jimmy had like an 8 or 10-point game against Minnesota. You just told me. Well, isn't Minnesota like a top defense?
Right.
Isn't Jimmy making fucking $50 million in a superstar?
Wait. My bad. Just because I make $50 million, don't mean I gotta.
No. Take the money away from it. He is literally a superstar. He is looked at as a superstar.
Okay,
his nickname is fucking Jimmy Buckets. Get some fucking bucket.
What was Kawhi Leonard before 2017? What was Kawhi Leonard before 2017, 2018? He was or even 2018 before he won number one option, before he won a championship. He was a superstar, but he was a defensive-minded superstar. He was not a score-first superstar. He didn't become that until 2019. Jimmy Butler is not a score-first superstar. He is a all-around defensive superstar who can pass the ball, who can get you buckets when he needs to.
I would have called him all.
I don't think he's a number one scoring option. Doesn't make him not be a number one option in totality. That's what I'm trying to say. You could be a number one option, but not a number one scoring option. 100%.
I think first of all, Jimmy. I think Jimmy's defense has went down like year by year. He's getting older. He's like 35 now. Jimmy was literally not even the Warriors like POA defender because literally Jimmy is aggressing when it comes to that. But Jimmy. I've said nothing but negative things about Jimmy. Let me say some positives. Elite at getting to the rim. Very good playmaker when he off of drives. Gets to free throw line probably better than anyone in the league. He knows how to get to free throw line. He knows how to manipulate the game. He does all that well. He's a really good mid-range shooter. My thing with Jimmy, it's always been like this. People like to change like the criteria of how they view Jimmy. Some people, when Jimmy goes out for 40 against the Celtics and stuff like that, people say, "Oh my God, Jimmy number one option. He could lead your team in scoring." Yada yada yada. Now it's Jimmy #1 utility player. Yada yada yada. Jimmy does everything other well, stuff like that. My problem with Jimmy is he does a lot of things great, but when we're talking about the superstars in this league, when we're talking about Kawhi, we're talking about Jaylen Brown, players that we've seen roll the ball out and get 27, 28 in the playoffs. And yes, Jimmy has done that in the finals before. But we are in 2025. I am slowly bringing him down. He's 35, 36. He averaged 18. He averaged 18 points in the playoffs. He averaged 17 points in the regular season. It's coming down, boys. It's coming down.
I think it is coming down. But like we said, with Jimmy, he's more than just a scorer. I think he is probably the reason, and he ain't #1 for my list either, but he #3. I think he's probably one of the best offensive facilitators in the absolute league. When Draymond was out, he was leading that offense and a brand new offense, a system that he does not know, a very hard system at that, a Steve Kerr system that's hard. He's leading that team. He's a very good rebounder, very good passer. He's very good defensively off the ball. He's one of the probably still the best, not the best, but one of the best off the ball when it comes in terms of getting steals and playing lanes. He's probably still one of the best. Locker room guy, probably one of the best locker room guys you could have in there in order to motivation. I think having J-Dub in front of Jimmy Butler is very disrespectful to me. Again, you my guy. J-Dub is cold. You put Jimmy Butler in that system, he's going to be better defensively than J-Dub was. I feel like 100%. J-Dub cannot do nothing close to what Jimmy does in the playoffs. He's nowhere close to the facilitator as Jimmy Butler. He's nowhere close to the getting to the line as Jimmy. Only thing that he has over Jimmy is probably he's nowhere close to mid-range. Only thing he has over Jimmy is probably POA defensive, 3-ball, and that's it, honestly. And being younger. Well, he's more athletic, obviously, but when it comes to IQ of the game, I'm sorry. Give me Jimmy Butler all day.
Jimmy's a genius. The reason why I have J-Dub over Jimmy, and obviously it's 3-4. It's not a clearing. If you told me Jimmy's better than J-Dub, I'm not sitting here and getting mad. And the reason why I have J-Dub over Jimmy is one, because I first just seen J-Dub win a championship. I'm giving him some title to that. He just dropped 40 in the finals. I literally saw and to say J-Dub is Jimmy would be a better defensive player than Jimmy, or Jimmy be a better defensive player than J-Dub is asinine. J-Dub first of all, just was second team all defense. J-Dub at one point, Hartenstein and Chet was out. We literally saw him for a 10-game stretch play center. We saw him play center. I'm dead rewatching the games against Zubac and the Clippers. He is literally fronting him. He's playing behind him in the post. He literally is elite at guarding rim. 3.3% stop. That's POA. 5.1 deflections a game. Opponent shot 11% worse at the rim when J-Dub was contesting. That was 98 percentile for wings. He's 6'5". He's 6'4". With like a 7-foot wingspan. Throughout the regular season, he was elite. His efficiency was really good. It was really good. He had a torn ligament in his finger, and so everything fell. Like his pull-up shooting fell. Everything fell in the playoffs. But even when they needed him, he wasn't that good at every series. Every other series, J-Dub was still really good. They was really good. And because, I'm giving some tax because they just won the championship. And I'm giving some tax because, but defensively, I think J-Dub and Jimmy is not even close right now. I'm gonna be honest. I think that's a clearing. I think everything defensively is a clearing. And other than maybe off ball, because like you said, Jimmy is really, his IQ of just playing the lanes is really smart. But everything else, I think J-Dub does at elite level defensively. And then
Can I touch on that real quick?
Go ahead.
I think, again, a lot of what he does deflection-wise and all the stuff you're talking about is coming from like
the system.
Chet. Not even a system. Chet is behind you. When I have a 7'4" guy behind me, I can play a little bit more off ball. Like we seen what Jimmy did in the Heat system. Whenever they was elite and they had PJ Tucker and they had Bam Adebayo behind him, he was elite, just like we saw J-Dub. Jimmy Butler
was doing. My bad. Just to cut you off, J-Dub was doing this with Chet being hurt all year. Chet just came back. Like,
who did they have?
Was in the playoffs? Hartenstein, and Hartenstein was hurt all year. Well, not all year, but Hartenstein was in and out.
No, it was the Chet or Hartenstein. at any time except at one time when, like you said, 10-game stretch when Jada was there. Jimmy Butler was in. Do you not know Jimmy Butler is also a very good weak side defender? Do you not know Jimmy Butler is also playing guarding centers with the Warriors too? Like, go look up that stretch when he was playing against with Draymond at center. He was also, when they will switch all defense, he was back there getting it with Steven Adams. He was back there getting it in the whole Rocket series. We're gonna act like in the playoffs he played against the
Steven
two
Adams.
top. I mean,
Rudy Gobert.
Who
That's
was
what
Jalen
we're
playing in the regular season? 10 games.
Who was he? He played Zubac. Zubac's one of the best post scorers in the league.
And how much Zubac had?
I don't remember. I just remember he was excellent that game.
All I'm saying is this: you put a lot of guys in that system. How do you have a system where every single person is really good defensively? Like, obviously, yes, they're all good defensively, but it's some sort of system. And I've seen it with the Spurs. I've seen it with my Celtics. Like, I've seen it with my Celtics where Marcus Smart is very elite defensively and he goes to a different team. And some of those things drop for a certain reason because you can't play off ball. Like, all right, if I'm on a wing, this is straight ball knowledge. If I'm on a wing and I know I have Chet behind me and I know I got Shea on the other side of me and I know I got Alex Caruso guarding ball, I'm going to come up and show a little bit more because I know I got help on my back versus I have, like, I don't know anybody behind me who's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference when you know who you got behind you. So J-Dub, and we're gonna act like Jimmy was still a leader in deflections last year.
Jimmy had Bam for the last. Bam is literally known as one of the best.
No. You're talking about the digression over the years. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
When he did have those teams, he was elite. So yes, he's getting older. Yes, he isn't the same defender, but it's not night and day to me. It's not like I've seen Jimmy Butler still D up these guys that you're talking about every single night. And then even in the playoffs, he's playing against the top 2 defensive teams in the league. And he, like you said, he ain't the best in a brand new system. He's still giving you 20 a night. He was still giving you 20 a night as a number one. He averaged 18.
20.
He averaged 18.
Or 18,
He averaged 18. J-Dub, you talking about this 40? Yo, you were my guy. What did we do last year with the Pacers? Everybody who played the Pacers were going over. Why? Because they're going to give you everything that you want. They're not going to help off nobody. J-Dub was a very hot, cool. We seen D-Book giving him 60. We seen KD give him 40. We see everybody giving him 50. That's cool. I'm not saying that's.
We're gonna take his 40 away because other people did it.
I'm not taking it away, but I'm not taking it away. But I'm saying we act like he's doing this against the Warriors defense in 2022. We act like he's doing it against the best defensive team. He's doing it against a team who was based off of their offense. They were the most elite offense in probably the last 3-4 years. That's what they're in a championship for.
Jada played good in every series except for the Denver one. He literally played good. Like, I forgot who they played round 1. Who did they play round 1? Help me out. Who did OKC play round 1? They washed them so bad after I literally forgot. Who?
Memphis.
Oh yeah, Memphis. He was good in the Memphis. He was good in the Memphis series.
Is Memphis a good defensive team? I'm just asking.
They're meh. They're middle of the pack.
Okay.
They play Denver.
Okay, is Denver a good defensive team?
In the playoffs, yes.
Okay. Who else they played?
They played. Who was in the semis? They played Minnesota. Yes.
Timberwolves.
Yes.
Okay. What did he have against the Timberwolves? Let me see. Because you saying is.
But then again, remember.
We talking about defense at the same time.
I'm in these lists. Because we've done it for 3 weeks now. I'm allowed to do this. I feel like I'm allowed to do this. We just have Cooper Flag at 5. I think I'm allowed to project a little bit when players get it better. Can I? Can I not?
See?
Can I not?
Well, look, Rita, you know me. Just like League said, it was projection. That's when we good. But with me and you, same thing. If you tell me it's projection, okay, cool. But you can't sit here and look at me.
No, there's some projecting in it. There's some projecting in it.
Okay. So now,
but also said if you have Jimmy over J-Dub, I'm not mad at it. At least 3 or 4. That's why I literally started off my monologue.
The reason we was arguing because you said the defense is night and day.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I still stand by that. I mean, like, I still like when you say night and day, like
you say no. You say that. Roll the clip back. Roll the tape back.
No, when I say night and day, I'm not calling Jimmy bad. No, I'm not calling Jimmy bad. What I'm saying is, today in 2025, as a defensive player, I know systems and stuff like that. I literally would still take J-Dub. I saw him guard centers, bro. Like, I'm not gonna
I
lie.
seen Jimmy guard centers too.
No. Not
Yes.
as the number 5. Not starting the game off jump ball. Jimmy's the number 5. Like, we've seen him guard centers.
That's true though. We seen Jimmy in the defensive system. Yes, I've seen Steph Curry put Jimmy Butler on defenders on the Rudy Gobert. Yes, I did, and he shut him down. Yes.
By the way,
Yeah,
by the way, yeah, J-Dub averaged 22, 6.6 rebounds, 4.4 assists off of elite efficiency.
Yeah, he was good. He was good that
50% for the field goal. No, I'm talking about in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, my bad. Excuse me.
Yeah, so he was good in every series except for one. And I literally watched the interview where he said that was the series where Jokic or someone literally fucked up the finger even more. They fell on it. He literally fell on it.
But listen, when you argue with me, let's argue everything. Was Jimmy Butler healthy in the playoffs?
No.
Okay, so when we talk about playoffs, he also was not healthy. He fell on his. I think if we can break it down. This another time.
Yeah, it's glue or whatever.
It's getting long, but Jimmy came back and gave you 28 that next game. Whenever he was out for a game, gave you 28, came back, gave you 25, and then the whole next series, he was a number one option against the best team. J-Dub wasn't that number one option against them. Shea was. He wasn't the number one option. Jimmy was. That's what I'm saying. Jimmy was the number one option and still gave you 20 against them a night. J-Dub gave you two more points, or technically 4 more points with Shea on his back, or him on Shea back. That's what I'm saying. Right. But like you said, another time.
Yeah, it's getting long. Like you said, it's getting long. Okay, last 2 things. Just we don't even need to debate it. Just for the audience. Malik, give me why you have Jimmy at 1 over these players, and then Queso, give me why you have Jaylen Brown at 1.
Somebody's echoing, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. All right. So I got Jimmy at 1 because I still feel like he's one of the most complete two-way wings. Clutch scorer, obviously, elite defender, proven playoff riser. He's literally named playoff Jimmy for a reason. The whole regular season shit where he don't play as hard or he don't play as much or whatever the case may be. That's when he did that in Miami, he had to, because if he's going to extort more energy in the playoffs, because he has to do more. So playoff Jimmy is playoff Jimmy. He led a team to 2 NBA finals in the 2020s. So against a lot of our stars that we have now, he did it in the East, but the Celtics were still a powerhouse.
That's a great point. Real, who's your GOAT? Who your GOAT or your favorite player or the best player is LeBron, right?
Correct.
LeBron was dominant in the East. So you can't say LeBron is the GOAT and take away from Jimmy going to finals. He went to 2 finals in the 20s in the East. He carried them teams. We ain't got to go about this all day. That's a great point. Yeah, keep going. That's a great point. That's a great point. Phenomenal point.
Oh, this is nasty, bro. Go ahead.
That's my bad.
Keep going, Malik.
You good. So, yeah, well, that was kind of to the end of the point. And then, obviously, back to the elite two-way player. Obviously, I say, he's missing a step defensively because he's getting older, which is expected. But he's playing on the Warriors now, so they're not going to expect too crazy much from him. They just got to get it big and they're good. But go ahead. Your turn, KSO.
JB at 1, Kawhi at 2. Jimmy at 3, J-Dub at 4, Amin at 5. We touched on the men. Elite without Fred. J-Dub, he was elite as well, just not better than Jimmy. Jimmy, I just had a whole rant about him. Kawhi, people are still talking crazy about him. He got ramped up, still gave you 20 on elite efficiency, still gave you 25, 5 and 5 on elite on 50-40 percentage against the Nuggets, who was a very well defensive team that year. And JB, I think I want to hear why you got JB at 3. I don't know if you said it or not. I got JB at 1 for the simple fact Kawhi has been injury prone. He's also got worse defensively, but JB, we seen doing it in the finals last year. We see him be very elite in the clutch when it comes to the Pacers series, when it comes to the Maverick series. We seen him close out that finals. We seen him win MVP. This year, obviously, and the reason I talk a lot about the team and the system is because it's a big reason. He played with KP. He played with Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jason Tatum, Peyton Pritchard, 6 Man of the Year. he put a lot of offensive firepower where his role was very, very reduced. His usage was very, very reduced. He's only giving you 23 points, but on a very reduced role. Before they got those additions, he was giving you 26, 27, 28 a night. He has to be better 3-point shooting, but then again, he's probably, in my opinion, one of my favorite players to watch in the when it comes to mid-range. Very elite post-up game, can get to the rim at will. His assist numbers has gone elite without Jason Tatum. 7, 8, 9, 7, I think, were the last few games without JT. Rebounding, one of the best rebounding wings in the league. Handles has gotten a little bit better. Has to continue to work on it, but I think he's just a number one option for the simple fact that Kawhi injury prone, and has obviously got worse. That's my list.
All right.
So
The reason I got
my bad.
yeah,
I'm
because
sorry.
I want to touch on the Jaylen Brown thing real quick. I know I'm a Celtics fan. I know I probably was gonna put him a little bit higher, but I didn't specifically for the fact of his playmaking. I feel like Jimmy and J-Dub playmake a little bit better than him, and also his handles. Like, I mean, obviously it's improving, it's getting better, but I'm expecting a lot out of Jaylen Brown. So that's why I had that.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get them handles
Handles
tight.
is something
Number one,
The
number one
handles-
option usage.
The handles has gotten better. I will say that point that you say about JB and them turnovers in Game 7, he was thrown into the fire. A lot of these players are getting thrown into the fire. A message you want to do that and say it. That's the truth. If you you walked into work when somebody wasn't in work that day and you had to make up they work and they shift and you had to get in your bag, you produced, but hey, it was a little that they shot was a little shaky though. You did your job. They shot. You missed a few paragraphs. You know what I'm saying? You missed a few notes on the side, but you know what I'm saying? That's how it be.
Let's just hope he's not high turnover going into the season.
He not. We seen. I think we seen a good portion without JT last year.
He averages 4.
Yeah.
That I think that's not terrible as a number one option. My bad. What is the jersey behind you?
And we are going to continue to the next topic. We're going to continue to the next topic. With the one. And we're back. Now we're going to do our edition of On the Spot where everyone brings one topic basically to talk about. Does anyone have it? Queso, do you want to? Because I know we're going to save Malik's for third. Because it's going to segment into something else.
I have one, but it's kind of weird. Honestly, if that makes sense. Basically, do we think? So we know how NFL does reviews after certain plays.
Yeah.
Do you think the NBA should automatically have that? For example, the Tim Hardaway series, Knicks versus Pistons, when he blatantly got fouled and nothing could happen because they had no more challenges. I feel like under 2 minutes, certain things should be getting automatically reviewed if it's I don't know if it's obvious. I feel like because that takes away, I think, from the integrity of the game, but just in general, like the Pistons would have been moving on. I think because Josh Hart literally said he fouled him, and he literally fouled him. I think even a ref or the report came after that he fouled him.
Yeah,
I think that's insane how you can base it off of not having a challenge. If that makes sense, because if you use 2, you have no more. So there's nothing I can do. I got both of them right too. So I wanted y'all opinion on what y'all think.
I know the devil advocate is the NBA usually doesn't do it because they feel like it's going to quote unquote slow down the game with like them stopping but if it's the last 2 minutes, maybe you can even like for the NBA sake, last minute. But then you can argue like, but you can't. They can't even challenge that. You can't even challenge that type of play because if it's not called a foul, you can't like
exactly. It should be something.
So I can't even say, "Oh, it's a challenge." Oh, you should be able to challenge that because they couldn't even challenge it because it was a no call. Like it was just like a play on.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
In general, I think that should be something should be looked at there because that shouldn't be a thing. If the ref see me get fouled and he don't call a foul for whatever reason, if it's a foul, the whole arena knows it's a foul, bro. Like, come on, bro.
I think for the integrity of the game, it probably better. But like, think about how many calls in NBA history that's like.
But in the last minute, though, the last minute,
I know. Like you want the better team to win, and the Pistons was better that game, and they got hoed. But not like now we like sit here and be like, damn, the Pistons got hoed. It's things to talk about. But no, I agree. For the integrity of the game, I wish it's there. But for like, I'm looking at the NBA's sake, and NBA's like, hey, now motherfuckers is talking about the NBA in the morning because fucking Hardaway got fouled and no one called it.
That's a fact.
It's nasty, but
I feel like with situations like that, if it's taking this long to sit here and like go back and forth about, it need to come from like upstairs or something. Like, all right, let's go back and review the play, see if we can actually call a foul from it. Because I mean, that was the difference between them winning and losing the game.
The series.
So
yeah, I mean, no,
yeah,
because they went up 3-2, right? It was like 2-2 at that point, so they went up. Yeah, they went up 3-2, and then Knicks won the next game.
Home.
So yeah, going back home. Yeah, that shit. Yeah,
I was insane in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's all I had.
For my on the spot, I just wanted to talk about the development of players that like go play overseas in EuroBasket. We saw a couple years ago, we saw Lauri Markkanen before like his first year on Utah, I believe, go back play for Finland, and we saw him start doing things in Finland. And then he came back in the NBA, had a great season, and then Lauri Markkanen was all-star, all that, yada yada yada. We've seen a couple players so far. I've seen just a couple players so far from EuroBasket. I've watched full games. I've watched France full games. I've watched Serbia. I've watched a couple games. I haven't watched every single game because they come on at like 8 a.m. and I've been sick the last couple of days, so I'm not waking up that early. And when I'm at work, I'm busy. But I just want to like highlight a couple players. We have Franz averaging 20, 5.5 rebounds, 3.8 assists. We have Denny. I think Denny, we just talked about the small forwards list. I think we all believe Denny's going to have a good year. He's averaging 24, 7, and 3 off of 50%. They just lost to Greece while we were doing the podcast. They lost like maybe an hour and a half ago. He had 22 in that game. Sengun, Turkey has looked like the best team in the Euro tournament. They beat Serbia, which they beat Jokic recently, and Sengun had like a 30-point double-double against Jokic. It was crazy. They've been on the roll. Sengun's averaged 22, 10.7 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 62% from the field. I think with Houston spacing going forward, he's looked good. And then, I always had to talk about my boy, Zach. My boy, Zach. He's been hooping too. He's been hooping too for France. He's easily been France's best wing. I found out today that the reason why the French coach wasn't playing him as much because he was like their old coach or whatever, and like I don't know if he has resentment or whatever. But every time Zach was on the court, he averaged like 12, 13 points. His per 36 numbers was 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 stocks, and he's shooting 45% from 3 right now. So I just want to give a shout out to some of those players. I think a lot of times we see players go to these EuroBasket leagues and then be number one options, which they're not number one options in the NBA. But they're like developing young players, and then we see them like really grow over there, and then come to the NBA and they're just like elite. They just get really, really good. So I'm looking not for Zach because he's playing a role in this season, but like Franz, Denny, Sengun, even Lauri. Lauri's averaging 26 in this tournament. I think they're about to come in and be.
I think it's good confidence wise for sure.
Yeah, and Lauri and Serbia lost in round 1 because they're in the bracket form right now. I still can't believe it. They lost to Finland. They lost to Lauri. I'm pretty sure Lauri just gave like them 26 and beat them, which is crazy. Yeah, so Jokic is out the tournament. He lost in round 1. He gets to go back to his horses before training camp in a couple weeks.
I know Nuggets happy though. I'll be happy.
No. Bro, like Porzingis, bro, he's wilding. He dropped 30 and 20, but it lost. He dropped 30 and 20 and a loss. I'm the happiest man alive.
No, last year he got hurt before he came over us. I was like, all right, bro.
I don't want to see. I feel like for a player, like I want to see my players go out and that's how confident they are. They want to like go play for a country and show the what's the word?
The world.
Patriotism. They just want to be like, to their country. I love it. But like as an organization and as a fan, boy, I'm crossing my feet. Please don't get hurt.
Paying you
Please don't get
35 million
hurt.
game. What you doing?
But please don't get hurt. And NBA team's never gonna tell its player they can't go to EuroLeague or EuroBasket.
I will. That's in your contract, Porzingis.
Hey,
You
bro.
get hurt every time.
Imagine telling Luka, hey, don't go play for your country. That boy gonna be leaving you as soon as possible.
Luka different. Porzingis, that's in my contract for you, gang.
Oh no, for Porzingis, we might have like, hey, bro, you be getting hurt a lot. I ain't gonna lie, you might have to sit out. But he made it out. He made out EuroBasket. He played really well. He said he's slowly feeling better. No weird sicknesses in the lineup, please. No weird injuries, and yeah,
folks had AIDS, bro. That's my bad.
And Malik, I think we all just talked about. We're gonna talk about the Kawhi and Clippers situation. Do you want me to set the precedent or like set the like what's going on with that, or do you just want to talk about it? Because I have a little.
You can do that.
Okay, so
for give a disclaimer real quick before you start though, because all this information and the references that I got is off of ESPN.com, CBS Sports, and NBC Sports. So I'm just giving y'all the information that's available. I don't want anybody to say I'm making nothing up. Just a disclaimer.
Okay. So, from The Athletic, journalist Pablo Torre reported that starting in April 2022, Kawhi Leonard received $28 million in endorsement-style deal from a company called Aspiration through his LLC KL2 Aspire. Leonard has never actually promoted or worked for the company. It was allegedly a no-show job. This setup appears to be a design to circumvent the NBA salary cap, where the Clippers basically could pay him more out of his official salary, which wouldn't hurt their cap. We've seen this once before. Basically, it was like kind of under the table in like 1998, I believe, with like it wasn't 1998, it was like 2001 with Joe Smith on the Minnesota Timberwolves, where they were like, hey, we're gonna make your contract $1 million here, $2 million here, and then we'll assign you to the max when we actually have money, but we'll give you money on the side on the low. It's probably, and they got taxed 5 first-round picks. The Clippers, who is a team that gave all their first-round picks to OKC not so long ago, is just now getting their first-round picks back in the next couple of years. They have a pick swap in 27 and 29, and they have their first-round picks in 2030, 31, and 32 with no protections. Like, they have it. Like, it's theirs. Malik, since do you want to give your thoughts first about what could happen to the Clippers or Kawhi? I mean, I don't think much. I feel like the NBA is more focused on the Clippers, giving them $28 million more than like Kawhi not showing up for the other legal shit. But
yeah, I was reading somewhere where it was saying like the fines could range between 4.5 to 7.5 million for the Clippers. Once again, like you said, with the forfeiture of the draft picks, I was even seeing that they might void part of his contract just because he was still getting paid. That they might take away some from his contract and be like, all right, since you was getting paid under the table, the NBA is going to need that back for some type of cap, and then. Yeah, everybody in that organization is going to get fined and suspended or whatever the case may be, if this is true. Because Steve Ballmer, he invested, $50 million into that company in 2021. And then they signed him in, 2022?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Before that. Wait, was this 2022? Because he signed before this. It says 2022. But maybe okay on the extension.
And then it said that the company had entered a $300 million sponsorship with the Clippers around that time too, that 2021 time frame. And obviously, I mean, Kawhi, he did no promotional work for them or anything like that, so that didn't really matter for him. But it does make it look a lot worse. And then they said that he received $20 million in the aspiration stock, which took his benefit from the 28 to 48. So now you're getting the stock, you're still getting payment from them, and then you're still getting your NBA contract. Like
that boy Kawhi.
all this just so he can stay with the Clippers. Like, it's like, hey,
Dude.
if you can guarantee that you stay with us for at least this contract, we'll go ahead and get you whatever type of grade you can get. And there was already reports saying that, he was living in San Diego, not really practicing with the team. He was doing all other type of stuff, not really doing anything for media for sure. So it's just like,
we know that.
yeah, so it's just that from an NBA perspective is what I would say.
I have a question. Do y'all? I mean, obviously, I think it happens in the NBA already. But do y'all think there's a lot of teams that are doing like these sus things under the table for players
1,000%,
and stuff like that? 100%, right? Because
Jalen
I
Brunson.
felt that for years. Oh, Jalen Brunson. Maybe. I mean,
Man, it's
but like,
for sure. Because I'm
but
not.
to get caught though, that shit's bad, bro.
I don't know
To
much
get-
about it, but I know people be doing under the table for sure. That's your record.
Yeah. I just know if the Clippers lose their upcoming first round picks, we're talking about a team that's already old as shit and never has drafted well to begin with.
They're probably gonna lose their picks for sure.
They don't draft well, bro. They already don't got picks, bro. This shit's over. Yeah, they might have to move out of LA. No, they can't move out of LA. They just bought the arena, but like that shit is bad. And then Ballmer is most likely, which I mean, for what I've heard about players loving playing for like Ballmer as an owner, like there's a chance that Ballmer might get banned, and they're gonna have to like get a new owner in there. That could change the whole dynamics of just how like people view the Clippers as a whole. But because this is probably one of the dirtiest things you could do in the NBA. Like as a motherfucker who's an Atlanta Hawks fan that can't get no motherfuckers to come to free agency. Shit, y'all motherfuckers should have threw $30 million to Kawhi under the table. 40, please, like someone, like motherfuckers doing this shit. Let's do it all the way. Let's do it all the fucking way, bro. Because these owners are billionaires. Like I'm surprised. Like this is the first time this is getting caught. Because I would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised this is happening way more. Because these owners are dead, like billionaires.
Yeah, I mean they do it in college. I don't expect them not to do it in the league.
Yeah, that's true. Motherfuckers getting shit under the table all the time in college. You think they're gonna go to the NBA and now motherfuckers professional?
Yeah.
Yeah, come take this 10 mil under the table and come play for us. And we'll give you 50 on top.
You think somebody from nothing gonna turn that down? Hell no.
Shit, crazy, bro. I think the next thing we're gonna get to, the last thing we're gonna get to, is everyone's one bolder take. If you have more than one, be my guest. Actually, I'm not trying to get judged, so someone else go first.
You'll get judged regardless, bro.
I mean, yeah, that's the sad part. All right, let me go ahead and say it, bro. Go.
You sure? Are you sure?
I'm positive, bro.
Okay, in the East, we have the 76ers, the Cavs, the Knicks, the Pistons, the Magic, and the Magic and the Celtics to make the playoffs. That is.
Wait, repeat that again?
No, that's in general.
No, repeat that again.
To make the playoffs in the East, Sixers, Cavs, Knicks, Pistons, Magic, Celtics, Hawks.
Oh, I didn't hear Hawks the first time. My bad.
It has to be one more team in there, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
I believe that one more team can be the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte Hornets key additions. Let me read this. It's the on my notes, right? We got Con Knipple, probably the best shooter out the league. I mean, out the draft. Liam McNeely, probably, in my opinion, I did a whole write-up on my Twitter about it. I think he's a steal of the draft. I touched on it when we was talking about the Hornets in another segment. But elite. Brandon Miller is now healthy. Colin Sexton is elite. Trey Mann was elite when he did play, and still got Miles Bridges. I feel like if
you have to say one name. You have to say one. You said Brandon Miller's not healthy.
No. If he is healthy, I feel like this team can make the playoffs. With LaMelo, this look at that starting lineup. I think LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, having a championship coach, adding they were missing key floor spacing last year and off the bench help without Trey Mann. Now they have depth with Colin Sexton and Trey Mann. LaMelo goes out, Sexton takes his place. He can still give you 20. He was in a role with the Jazz, similar role here, but doesn't have to worry about being surrounded by 4 of the guards. So I think they can make the playoffs for sure. That's my bold take. Any objections? Who want to talk about? Let me know. Because who gonna make it over them?
I would argue right now. I would have the Toronto Raptors over them, and I think I like Toronto a lot.
I think they're the same thing with them. We're banking on injury. We're banking on quickly. Even Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram, all staying healthy.
I mean, the young. I think we talked about the first time. Like the Hornets, I love. This is like the first draft I can say they've actually won. They got 3 picks that actually make sense. I'm still worried about their center depth. I know they have Diabate and they have the Ryan Kalbranker. I think that's his name. I'm worried. We gotta see it. We gotta see it fully. Diabate was good, but like starting, it's good. It's shaky for sure. Then, as all Hornets conversations need to start off with, is how many games do we have LaMelo and Brandon Miller? I think that's always the key. If we saw LaMelo that one time, they got into the play-in.
2021?
2021, very long time ago. But
very fluky year, yeah.
But we know he's talented. And we know this is a very talented team. I'm not the biggest fan of Miles Bridges being your 4, or just Miles Bridges in general. But I'm just not the biggest fan of Miles Bridges being your 4. But
in the East, I think they can make it in there.
Yeah, for sure.
I think this their year. This their best year.
Ooh, this being their best year is kind of scary. This is their team. This is their best year. Ooh. Malik, you got a bold take? Or you gotta comment to Quesos?
Nah, I got a bold take. Cooper Flag will be an all-star starter.
An all-star starter?
Yes.
Wemby wasn't an all-star starter.
Cooper
it's a bold take. I'm not mad at it. I'm not.
All-star starter this year.
That's the hardest conference to make an all-star team. Like
KD,
we got De'Aaron Fox and I mean, and these are guards, but we've had De'Aaron Fox and Jamal Murray crying every single. Sabonis gets held every year. Yeah, that's hard. A starter,
KD,
fuck the bench. Yeah, no, it's not even possible. It's actually not even possible.
Okay. Now they got AD over there. Well, he been on the West, but AD too.
It's all because of fan votes. If like LeBron and KD didn't exist, it would be possible. It's just not possible.
I feel as though a lot of fans will vote for Cooper Flag.
I think he was
playing good.
But it started no. I can see reserve.
Yeah, I could see reserve for sure. Depending on how, I think it depends on how good he is, of course, and how good the Mavericks standing is. If the Mavericks are like a number 1, number 2 seed coming into the All-Star break, which it's very hard for me to see that.
That and the West would have to be injured.
Fuck.
LeBron got to be out. KD got to be out, or what's his name? Kawhi got to be out.
LeBron played last.
I don't think so.
Also, he got selected, and then literally to the last day.
Yeah,
that's what he said. So they couldn't get a reserve in because he said it the day before. Oh yeah, I'm not playing. I'm hurt. Yeah, he's nasty for that. I love LeBron. He's nasty for that.
I can see him on a reserve for sure. That's not.
Yeah, LeBron. Oh no, LeBron's gonna do that shit again. But definitely, this is his last season. Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna like.
If it's last season, I think he'll play his last All-Star game just for the just for the vibes.
I don't think it was his last season. I don't know if that's like a bold take. I think he plays one more. But my bold take is the Atlanta Hawks will be a number 2 seed in the East. I think let me get my bars off before you make that face.
That's not a bold take, bro.
It literally is. I feel like that is. for a lot of people. A lot of people say the Knicks, and the Cavs clear them, and then people are still taking the Magic over us,
bro. It's like the J-Dub Jimmy conversation is just you can flip those. You can flip the Cavs and not the Cavs, the Knicks and the Hawks easily. Because they're a lock top 4 team, they can easily be top 2. Easily.
To us. I promise you, if we just take 5 minutes to put this podcast on pause and we go to Twitter, go to ESPN,
bring them on a pod next episode. Bring whoever said on the pod, bro.
Okay, I'll look around.
I want to hate on the Hawks. They elite this year. Please, I want to hate on the Hawks.
Why?
I just do.
Because of me?
Yeah, because of you.
What the fuck?
But my bad for cutting you off.
I don't wake up and hate. I mean, I do hate on the Celtics, but I hated on the Celtics before I met y'all. So like, they're terrible. They're terrible human beings. But no, the Atlanta Hawks, bro. I think they could easily be the number 2 seed in the East. I think last season they literally were beating up on the Knicks. So I think we went 2-2 on the Knicks, but them games we won felt clear, and in the games they won, it felt like they had to fight for the motherfuckers. We beat up on the Cavs last year. I think we have trouble with the Magic. I think just like matchup to matchup. I think it's like if we match up against them, I think they could beat us. Oh shit. Let me pause. Well, okay. The Atlanta Hawks, yeah, they just like I think we don't match up well against the Magic in a 1-on-1 situation. We went like 2-2 against them as well. But like it's just hard to guard Paulo, hard to guard Franz with like the wings we have. Like Zach isn't like bulky enough yet. He's still growing into his frame. But I think Queso, I've said it multiple times, Trae Young and Porzingis could easily be the second or best pick and roll duo in the league. Like they literally, definitely with how Porzingis looks in EuroBasket and stuff like that, and even just like think about it, like having to guard someone that plays so deep into not even like the 3-point line at the top of the key brings your bigs out, and now Trae can go to the rim. And the Hawks were one of the best cutting teams in the league. Dyson Daniels literally cuts all the time. Zachary Reese cuts all the time. Literally, it's in Quinn Snyder's system. If you're playing for the Hawks, you're moving. You're doing something. Quinn Snyder is one of the best offensive coaches in the league. We've seen it in Utah. We're still waiting for him, like the playoff success and shit like that. But the Hawks are, I think they're gonna be dangerous. I think definitely as a regular season team. The playoffs, I might have questions about like their half court offense and Trae in the half court and stuff like that. But as a straight off regular season team, just showing up every single night, showing effort, blitzing teams offensively, I think we're going to be legit. And I think the Hawks have a chance. If you want to say 2 bold takes, I think the Hawks have a chance to have 3 All-Stars. Like, I think we have a chance to have 3 All-Stars, and Trae Young's most likely could start the All-Star game at point guard. I think Dame started last year.
Yeah, Brunson.
No, Brunson. It was Brunson and Mitch. I think Trae can start the All-Star game as point guard over Brunson. If not, he's coming off the bench. I think Jalen Johnson can get his first All-Star game. And then I think Porzingis. It's going to be hard for Porzingis. I don't think it's going to be hard for Porzingis just because of his skill, as in like how many minutes he plays a game for us. Because we are going to – Porzingis isn't coming in playing 30 minutes for us. Porzingis will play 20 minutes, and then during the playoffs, he might like touch 30 minutes or shit like that. But just to Porzingis is healthy, and we already have Onyeka, we don't want him dying. But it's going to be the best 20 minutes in the league. It's going to be the best 20 minutes. Go ahead.
Honestly, I think me and Malik, we watch the Celtics. I seen Porzingis be probably the best post scorer face up in the league. I think his numbers were number 1 all year as the best post up scorer in the league. You can do the research. But when it comes down to him and Jason Tatum on the pick and roll, whenever the pick and pop is there, it's elite. So now you're playing with probably the best passer in the league and probably the best floater in the league. That is going to get nasty. He literally popping to the half court line. Like anybody can go rewatch the finals. He's popping to the half court line, bro. That is
So you
going
have
to
to
be
guard
elite. You have to guard. So now when you have guys like Embiid, that's the reason we was able to kill the Knicks in the regular season because he was doing that. Now, obviously, in the postseason, he had AIDS or whatever. But in the regular season, when he was healthy, in the regular season, when KP was healthy, he was shooting 40% from the 3-point line. Bro, come on, bro. You're not guarding that. Now you got to worry about Trae Young and then oop to JJ. Come on, bro.
Why do you say that so casually?
Because something was happening.
Something was happening.
I think it was confidence though. I ain't gonna lie. I think it was because
you think he had a stomach virus off of confidence?
No. I think he wasn't even sick because he came back game 2 of the finals. Mm-hmm. He didn't have no pressure. He came off the bench, so he was like, "Hey, I don't have no pressure regardless. We already won."
Well, no, he wasn't sick that time during the playoffs with y'all.
I'm saying he didn't. So he didn't have to worry about nothing. Now he's coming into a series where he's known to kill the Knicks, and he has expectations to kill the Knicks and expectations from the Celtics starting. So, but in general, I think, that's going to be elite. Even defensively, he was a really good rim protector for us. People were saying, "Oh, he wasn't a good rim protector before the Celtics." He was pretty good for his last 2 years. So now Trae Young, because last year Clint Capella came off the bench and he was hurt. And is a good defender, but he isn't a tremendous rim protector. Am I correct?
You're correct.
So now you have an actual 7'4" guy, 7'3" guy back there to protect Trae Young. That's pretty. JJ coming back. I like them all, and because the Knicks were one of the worst PNR defenders going against the best PNR defender. The PNR offensive team probably this year, and also Embiid. You got who can guard Embiid, and KP can play that dunker spot to help protect the rim, like how we did Al Horford and KP. So they still have that where can now play Giannis and not have to worry about JJ or Dyson playing Giannis. Come play Giannis, KP sit back there and protect the rim.
Yeah, so there's so much more we can do defensively now, like in 2-man lineups, and definitely when Onyeka last season, we're about to get to the center tier list soon, but like the last 40, 30 games of the season, Onyeka was shooting 4 or 5 threes a day. He was picking them threes up. So just the spacing with them on the floor together defensively will be Porzingis allowed to roam. Onyeka can just guard the big man, guard centers. Have Porzingis play the 4 and just roam around and stuff like that. I'm a little scared about lineups like that because Jalen's going to be at the 3. I don't think Jalen, that's his position. It's going to be kind of weird.
I think they'll let Zach. They'll let Zach play that 3rd, and then JJ come and play that next and lead that team.
But I think that I like the lineup way more if Zach is at the 3. But if they're running Zach at the 3, Porzingis at the 4, and Onyeka at the 5, then more than Jalen. Even though Jalen's the better player by far, but just the spacing, stuff like that offensively.
That's nasty, bro. And I want to hate so bad, bro. But you got, listen, you got Trae Young starting, and you have Luke Kennard at your 2. And then that lineup: Trae Young, Luke Kennard, throw JJ in the dunker spot. You got KP and Dyson Daniels. How can I defend that?
I'm not gonna lie, Trae and Luke lineups, even though they're not gonna go to it a lot because just how bad it is defensively. But offensively, we're talking about 130 offensive rating. We're talking about I think when Ja Morant and I looked at it, when Ja Morant and Luke play together, even though that's not a good offensive system, they were at 124, 125. We're talking about Trae Young and Luke that can both shoot.
Off of that pick and roll?
Just play that lineup for 4 minutes. 4 minutes a game,
bro.
That'll be the best 4 minutes. It'll be the best 4 minutes offensively.
That's that comeback lineup, bro. When I tell you, in order to stop a good pick and roll, you have to rotate. How do I rotate off the best 3-point shooter in the league? You can't do it. And then you got JJ in a dunker spot. You can't do nothing. You're gonna have to come on, bro. That's.
I think
the biggest off here.
The biggest thing about the Hawks is just injury. Jalen injury prone, Porzingis injury prone.
Jalen injury prone?
He's not injured. Jalen's not. I want to call Jalen injury prone. I just did, but he has freak. A lot of people in the Hawks community would call him injury prone. I would say he had freak injuries. Shoulder, what was it? Scotty Barnes took out his shoulder, literally popped his shoulder out for the season. The year before that, he missed about 40 games because he was going for a dunk and Kyle Kuzma speared him and made him smear. So those are his two big injuries, and then he had ankle injuries before that. But then he went to that Steph Curry training result at that brace. He hasn't turned his ankle yet. So yeah, those are his two biggest injuries that caused him the most time out. I think those are literally freak injuries.
I want to be a part of those close games, bro. Those are going to be fun to like react to, and just to recap some of the Hawks games or dissect them, even the Celtics games. I think this season will be pretty fun.
Nah, like when I get this, I'm gonna get my YouTube up, and when I get my YouTube up, it's gonna be like I'm not trying to make it straight Hawks content, but it's gonna be a lot of Hawks shit. It's gonna be a lot of Hawks shit.
Yeah,
because this team's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really good. But I just hope they don't run into the bridge where they get really, really good, and then like when they play against them elite teams, they struggle.
I don't think that's gonna happen versus the Knicks. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, not. I'm talking against the West. The East teams.
West?
Yeah, the East teams.
They'll be good versus the OKC. This how OKC's system is. I think they'll be pretty good versus OKC offensively. Defensively, I think it's gonna be just back and forth. Because like I said, the Pacers. People know in my Discord, I always said the Pacers was going to be a elite matchup if they ever play OKC. What happened with the Game 7, and they probably would have won if Halliburton was healthy. Just because they kind of struggle versus those type of guards who aren't really one-on-one dependent, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and multiple ball handlers. Just a lot of teams. If you're a team that matchup hunts, like it's hard. But like when there's always movement going on in the offense and stuff like that, it's easier to play against teams like that because
that's why we couldn't.
There's just constant action. There's just constant action, and I'm just really interested in definitely the line of well Trey. When Trey sits down on the bench, I'm just interested. I know Porzingis probably. I think Trey and Jalen come off the court together. I think you keep Porzingis in the game just a little bit with the second unit because we really don't have anyone else to shot create off the bench. We're still waiting for Kobe.
All right.
He is not a shot creator. Yeah.
I know we're finna end the pod, but let's just stop with the Kobe.
No. I'm not saying Kobe's gonna do anything. I'm saying that was the hot spot when they drafted him.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time, Kobe. You good in the summer league, bro. We need, you know what I'm saying? We're going to see you, though, gang.
All right. That's the end of the podcast. And next episode, we will be ranking power forwards, probably going to be the most megastar one. I can't even think. I'm going to get the list out early. I'm going to get the list out probably done for us like tomorrow or whatever. I'm going to have it out early, but
I can't wait to get
Tatum, LeBron, KD, Giannis.
Bam, I'm gonna get to you when we see you in the centers. I'm gonna get to you, Bam.
Yeah, we're gonna get this man. He's Bam. All right, y'all have a good one, guys. Bye.